Hello, it's time for another week of AEW Dynamite. It's the go-home show for Double or Nothing. We're going to spend the pre-show talking about CM Punk and all that jazz. Get your comments in. Let's find out, and let's get this thing started. Need to have a video ready. Let's go. 4 pillars. That's one of these.
Hello, welcome, and give me a hell yeah. Give me a whole yeah. Give me a whole yeah. From the Spanish god, Sammy Guevara. Cheers to everyone watching in Yorkshire and beyond. Hope you guys have a great day from the Spanish god. Shout out to Dom. Shout out to Anthony. You guys are smart because you're fans of me. And anyways, have a great day.
The Spanish god, Sammy Guevara, one of the 4 pillars in this weekend's match at Double or Nothing for contention for the championship. But does anyone actually think he could win the championship? I'm not sure that I do. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. As I said, we're going to try and do these a little bit earlier so that we can have a chat and just chat about news of the week instead of sort of cramming it all into the show. I'm hot. My fans packed away. Oh, man, we are 22 minutes away from Dynamite. I might just take my top off halfway through this stream because I'm already sweating. Let's go. It's beautiful in the UK at the minute, by the way. It's really cool. I don't need these on. Yes, I do need these on. I'm going to read through the card. I'm going to let you know exactly what we are seeing this evening, as we do on this show. We'll hear from all 4 pillars. Is that going to be on... in promos again, or are we gonna have them in the ring? Quite like a face-to-face. Be cool. Be a better advertisement. We'll hear from the AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR. Chris Jericho and Adam Cole have a contract signing. Tony Khan will announce the first location of Collision. Just to let you know, that's 4 segments that we've just announced, all which involve talking. No fights. Taya Valkyrie is going up against Lady Frost. It's a fight. Yay. House of Black is going against Blake Christian, AR Fox, and Metalik for the AEW World Trio Tag Team Championships. This is an open house match. Get to see that cool dynamic they got going on. I'm happy with that. The Lucha Bros are going up against Claudio, Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. Should be a fun match. I wonder if that's going to lead into Elite involvement. It is for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Could they be giving that to the Lucha Bros? Could the Elite cost Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta? Orange Cassidy is going up against Kyle Fletcher for the AEW International Championship. Could Orange Cassidy lose it before Double or Nothing? I'm interested because I don't know who Orange Cassidy is going to face at Double or Nothing. They seem to have built this really good story around him, but not actually told us what the eventual match is going to be, which is a really bizarre way of going about it. But actually one of the better stories in AEW this sort of season between pay-per-views has been the Orange Cassidy story. It's been good. I think he's been doing a really good job of like selling, especially the fact that his orange punch is no longer as effective. But will he be able to hold on to them double unified championship? That's what they should do. Are you going to stream Double or Nothing? Hey up, Lee. How are you doing? Thanks so much for joining us. Absolutely, man. And I also have a special guest lined up. Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve is going to be joining us on stream. So he's the promoter for Pro Wrestling Eve. He's absolutely fantastic. Certainly got a lot of opinions and a lot of insight to share with people. So come and join us for that. It should be fun. It will be this weekend. It's going to be on Sunday. And we'll set up the stream. Come and join me, man. It'll be fun. Hi, says Lee. Hi, man. Nice to see you. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing? Hi there, Huang. Nice to see you again. How's it going? Nice to see you. She says hi there. What times it start? Double or Nothing? Let me have a look for you. Double or Nothing. Whereabouts in the world are you, Lee? Start time. There we go. Whereabouts in the world are you? Well, I can just tell you more, shall I? It's 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, 1 a.m. British Summer Time. an early morning for me, but it's all good. We've got a bank holiday the day after, so I get to chill out in bed, which is nice. It's going good so far, Anthony. I'm glad to hear that, Huang. I'm really glad to hear that. So let's talk about CM Punk a little bit, because we've got to. I'm going to be honest with you here, right? I don't want to see CM Punk come back, right? You had this whole thing with him announcing Collision. We all know about the backstage stories about him being difficult to work with. The initial brawl out, I was peed off about CM Punk about that, right? He went onto that stage, used that platform, and used it to have a go, not just about the Elite, not at all. There was a lot of stuff said there about QT Marshall, and he didn't give QT Marshall the opportunity to speak back. And I think that's absolutely rubbish. I think that's bad. And then we've had this sort of whole thing where they went in and had a fight. And I don't know who started that. I wasn't there. None of us will know. But the initial sort of using your platform to have a go about people, not necessarily just the Elite, although he did, but it was the QT Marshall stuff which shocked me. I've not got that light on. Let me turn that light on. Oh. That's better, isn't it? Seeming pretty well now. The QT Marshall thing is rubbish. So tonight on the show, Tony Khan is announcing where Collision is taking place. Is it going to be taking place in Chicago or Daly's place? Personally, Daly's place is fine. I don't think the show is going to do as big without CM Punk, but I think that all the talk in AEW at the minute, CM Punk is distracting from what is happening in the programming. And I think that some of the stories have been excellent. I'd love to hear your opinions on it and your takes on it. Also, I'm gonna try this question thing in here. Where is it? Engage with your audience. Start a Q&A. What match are you most looking forward to? A Double or Nothing. That's what I want to. That's one thing we can chat about. I'm really interested to hear what you're excited about, what you are looking forward to. Start a Q&A. I don't know what this does, but whoa, okay. You can see something on YouTube. I've pressed a button. I don't know how it's going to come up for me, but we'll keep an eye on it. If someone writes a minute. Let's see. Let's try it, eh? Let's try it. It starts in another hour. I think he was asking about Double or Nothing, but the time of Dynamite, it starts in 16 minutes. 16 minutes. CM Punk is not going to return, says Lee Miguel. You know, I hope he don't. I'm fed up of it, man. I think you could all see I was burnt out from it last week. And then the whole thing with him not being announced affected it. And then all the stories come out about him wanting Ace Steel to work back there. And again, using his power to not do what's best for the company. And I think that's rubbish. I just think it's a really crappy human way to be. Is it not? Like, at work, I do everything I can to, make things as successful as I can. CM Punk ain't doing that. CM Punk's looking out for one person, and that's CM Punk. I'm fed up of it. I'm absolutely fed up of it. I'm fed up of every podcast being about CM Punk. So I make my podcast about CM Punk, but hopefully we'll get it out of the way. I don't want him back. I don't think that's a good way to be. I'm sorry. I'm sure there's... look, I want to hear your opinions. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm bored of it. And I just don't think he's going to be a good thing for the company. And when he comes back, which I assume he will, it's only going to be a matter of time before he does something else. I mean, you could argue that this was all started with the Hangman Adam Page thing, but sort it out in the back. Don't go out there and use the power of time on TV to start having to go at people and stuff like that, and no responses, and it's just bullshit. I'm fed up of it. I just think he's not good for the company, and I don't want to see him in AEW anymore. Sorry. I think he's a wonderful performer. I think he told some cracking stories with MJF. I was really enjoying his run in AEW until it all become about the personal CM Punk drama, which it has. Just my opinion, guys. Let me know what you think in chat. And also, don't forget to... cool. Okay, so it's like a different a different thing. I don't know if that's useful. Let me see if Lee's comment has come up. It hasn't. Okay, cool. So it's not really useful for me, but I will read the Q&A comments for sure. Hey, Ant says, Michael, in fact, I might leave it up. Oh, no, I can't really leave it up because well, I don't know. Maybe I can. Sorry, I'm just trying something new here. It's fun. Cool. I'll read through it during the show. That's cool. Hey, Ant says, Michael, hey, brother, how you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're doing well, mate. I know you've been a little bit tired recently. Hope you're okay, mate. Hope you're okay. Hi there, Michael. Hi, Huang. Punk still have the contract. He absolutely does. But all this drama is not making AEW look good. It's not. And there's a person who's responsible for that, and it's CM Punk, in my opinion. Like, you can say Tony Khan's not handling it well. He's trying to keep people happy. He's trying to keep his workforce happy. Like, that's not a bad thing, right? Or is it? You tell me. I'm talking about this. There's going to be really conflicting opinions and stuff, and that's cool. Let's keep it respectful, and I appreciate your opinions. How's it going for you today, says Huang. Welcome to the live stream of AEW Dynamite, says Sassy. Good, Huang. Can't complain, says Michael. I want the Casino ladder match back. I think we're getting a ladder match between Christian and Wardlow, but it's not going to be a Casino ladder match, is it? We've got the Casino Battle Royale, I suppose, for Orange Cassidy. He's got to win that, though, hasn't he? Can't lose a title. I mean, it has been a good story. It just feels like it should have been built to one person. I was kind of thinking with them using who they're using this evening, which is Kyle Fletcher from Aussie Open. I was wondering if it was going to bring back Ospreay or something tonight to have another match against Cassidy. Maybe take the international champion off him, but I believe he's injured. Not really sure. And thank you for joining us. We appreciate you all here being here. We really do. That's right. Hi there, Sassy, says Huang. Patreon and Super Chat are now open for donations. Donations are appreciated, but optional. It keeps us alive, man. It keeps us alive. It keeps us going. It helps pay for my StreamYards, so if you can, Super Chat or check out our membership options, We're not the best at keeping to all these, but we appreciate it. We appreciate you helping us out. We really do. It's hard doing this. We now have memberships for every single budget with special emojis and perks. That's one thing you do get. When someone bleeds, you get to say blood. The little emojis I made ages ago. Please be respectful of other opinions, especially when we're talking about CM Punk. Our online shop is now available for your shopping and merch needs. You want my face on a pair of pants? You can do it. I hope you can do it. Yeah, I've been super busy with stuff. I wish I can be here more often. Hey, Michael, it's all good, man. We just appreciate having you here at all. And as long as you're okay, that's all that matters to me. Evening, says Dan. Hello, Dan. Nice to have a conversation with you earlier today. And thank you for your opinions on the thing that I was questioning you about. Dan is joining us on Sunday. At least I assume that's still on. He's more than welcome to join me tonight if he wants to, but we'll see how he's feeling. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? We've got the Wizard Dan back by popular request from the Dynamite bunch. We will be live streaming WWE Night of Champions. Someone is, yeah. I can't remember who's doing that. It might be Dom back. We haven't seen Dom for a while, right? That'd be cool. I doubt it'll be me. Either at Riot Girls of Wrestling. I am not going to the T-Mobile Arena. Where's the T-Mobile Arena, brother? Is that where Double or Nothing's being held? You tell me, mate. Thank you all for your support, and thank you, Sassy, for being the best moderator you are. I'm glad there's no casino ladder match, lol. Someone always gets hurt, and the audience are just numb to the dangers of a ladder match. Yeah, I mean, I don't really... I was thinking about last week, like we had this Falls Count Anywhere match between Roderick Strong and Jericho, and while it furthered the feud of Adam Cole, and I thought it was clever the way that it was used in terms of that, it's also like, welcome to the company, here's a Falls Count Anywhere match. Are AEW using stipulation matches a little bit too often? I kind of feel they are. Enjoy the show. Time for introductions. Sassy loves saying hello to people. It's our favorite thing. We love having Sassy on the stream. We love having all of you on the stream. Yes, Himarks, buddy, says Sassy. Hi, Huang, says Sassy. I wish I did not have to see Dominic Mysterio at the Night of Champions. Oh, how come? He's doing great work at the minute. He's doing very good work. Welcome, Dan the Wizard. Hi, Lee. We've got like 11 people in chat. This is just our sort of pre-Dynamite chat. It's cool. Janelle's joined us. Hey up. So I'll give all my opinion. The point of this show is for me to give a few of my opinions and hear a few of yours. None of you have said about the CM Punk thing. Let's see. Do you want to see CM Punk back, or are you all over it like I am? Have you had enough? I'm going to answer from the quick Q&A, but I can't actually put it on screen because that's how it works. Let's go to the question chat. What match are you most looking forward to at Double or Nothing? Lee says CM Punk still have the contract. Yes, he does. Yeah, sorry, you did mention that in the other chat as well. And Huang says, who is going to fight first in AEW Dynamite? I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. Looking at the card, who would I put on first? Probably Orange Cassidy. If you want to keep viewers in, Orange Cassidy seems to be doing a pretty decent job of that at the minute. And one of the bigger deals on the show. I don't know what the showing on TNT or TBS prior to the show. It used to be the Big Bang Theory a lot of the time. But if that's a younger audience, then yeah, sure, put Orange Cassidy in there and have him do his stuff. I think he's doing some really good work at the minute. It's interesting because everyone said the gimmick's going to get samey, and they've done a really good job of keeping it very interesting, in my opinion. And thank you for your questions. Yeah, put Q&A if you want to shout out what you're most looking forward to at Double or Nothing. Answer it in there. I'll leave that live for a bit, and we'll see what happens later. Hi, Janelle says Sassy. Hey up. Hey Mox buddy, how are you doing? Says Michael. Hi there, Janelle. Hi, I am here. Katriana. I've always been calling you Katrina. It's because I haven't been looking. I ain't got my glasses on. Because it just like when I put my glasses on, it like reflects everything on screen. And I do need them, but whoa. And then I'm like, look at that. I'm a bloody cyborg all of a sudden. Hello and welcome to the AEW Dynamite stream. That looks sexy in glasses, right? Never seen that before, have you? Ooh, suddenly got the hots for Anne. That's okay. You won't be the first. Becky's doing well, by the way. She's we're looking forward to Download, man. It's 2 weeks until Download. We met on a group called Download Festival Singles. We are going to Download together. I can't wait. It's going to be great. Going to see Metallica. They're there. Ghost are there. Slipknot there. There's not a lot of bands that really interest us, but it doesn't matter. We'll just go and have a good time. And it'll be the longest time I've spent with Becky by ourselves without sort of the kids around. We've had a couple of nights here or there, but that's been it. So, whoa, did you see the on-air flash? Must mean the batteries are going. I know Katrina says Huang. I hope Adam Cole wins. I don't like Chris Jericho. Lee, it's interesting. I thought the match was really good last week. It's just stipulations. It's constant stipulations. Do I hope Adam Cole wins? I kind of do, because I kind of think Adam Cole's going to go after MJF. Interesting to see what you guys think. I think Adam Cole will be going against MJF. Are you going to be mean to me? I don't think so. I have Katriana. I have no intention of being mean to you, but I don't think you deserve to be mean. Have I been mean in the past? You tell me. My opinion on Punk is good riddance. Thank you, Sassy. Thank you. Best person to write a comment about what I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Good riddance, man. He may draw, but the damage he does is not worth it. When he bashed Mox after, he had to fix his mess. Mox put him over and still has an attitude. He is... Yeah. I 100% agree. Like, it's just... It feels like they're constantly having to put out fires because of CM Punk, and I'm fed up of it. It becomes more drama about that than the drama that we're getting on the show, and that's a freaking problem. And I get that we're in this generation now where we care about what's happening backstage and all of that sort of stuff, but like it's overshadowing everything. Tony Khan's got an announcement tonight. I had to put in the bloody title because first of all, the card for tonight is pretty rough. AEW have a pretty bad reputation for go-home shows. They tend not to be great. And that's coming from an AEW fan. And we'll see. We'll see what it's like tonight. I hope to be shocked. But the card, like, there's a lot of talking. There's a lot of sort of no action getting stuff. Fine. We should have a clearer idea of what's happening on Sunday, though. So that's exciting. But We are. I don't even know where I was going with that point. I'm just going to move on. But I'd love to hear your points on CM Punk. Let me know, man. Hi, Katriana. Doing good here with a ball and chain. Oh, nice. Is he all right? How's he healing up? How's he healing up, Sass? I am Adam Cole more. Oh, you like Adam Cole more better than Chris Jericho? Cool. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, I think it makes sense for Adam Cole to win. I can't see why. If you want to build him to be an MJF competitor, which I think could be great, I think that's where you go. Kind of like to see MJF and Orange Cassidy as well, actually. Looking forward to Anarchy in the arena. That is the on-air button did it again. That is the Elite and BCC going at it. Mate, they've been carrying the show as well. I feel like this season has been them, Orange Cassidy, and the Pillars to an extent as well. Yeah, I think the Pillars stuff has been a bit up and down. I've not agreed with all of it. The Outsiders feels like it could have been great. All the parts are there. It's just not. The drama isn't what it needs to be. I don't know why. I don't know what's missing. I want to love it, but it just needs more. Does that make sense? Good evening, family. Dex, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for all your support on the channel. Dex, Sassy, Dan that we've got in chat, all our members of the channel help make this possible. So thank you so much. We do appreciate it. And looking forward to Double or Nothing. Answering the Q&A. I've done that. It's a new thing. I agree, Sassy. CM Punk should get fired from AEW Dynamite. I mean, yeah, keep him off TV for me. It's doing my head in. Anthony, that's okay. That's cool. Hi there, Dex. Hi, Todd. Todd, welcome, brother. How are you doing? Thanks for your message earlier today. Yeah, you will be seeing me tonight. It's Dynamite time. It's a midweek takeover from Ant. I do the 2K stuff on the Tuesday and the Thursday, and I do Dynamite on the Wednesday. It's all good. Yes, Sassy. I've gotten to the point where I won't click a YouTube thumbnail with Punk in it. Doesn't deserve the attention. Great to hear it. Interesting. It's interesting to hear that from people that are sort of here every week saying, fed up of it. Like, we watch a show, we enjoy the show, but this drama, man, is pulling AEW down, and it shouldn't be, man. It shouldn't be. We are 1 minute 30 seconds away from Dynamite. I better get a thing ready so that if people come later, they can see the start of the show. Cool, we'll do that. How about that? I'll get that already. Woo, I'm good. This hissy fit is over Ace Steel, who injured Kenny Omega. Yeah, man. Yeah, he bit him. Apparently. And guess what? When he comes back to TV, guys, there will be another hissy fit. And if that's what people want, fair enough. It's not what I want. I'm fed up of it. I am absolutely fed up of it. I get real life drama. I respect that. But I'm absolutely fed up with this. You know? I think there's a way you can promote real life drama and stuff, but this just feels like he's working against the company. It's not doing anything to bring to the company. So get rid. Because I tell you what, I also think if CM Punk comes back, you're going to lose other talent that's way more valuable, in my opinion, to the actual show, the actual programming of the show, and are not going to let them down in the same way that CM Punk are. Just my opinions. Let me know. Hey, Ant, says Todd. Hey, baby. Adam Cole versus MJF next AEW pay-per-view. It makes sense. I think it makes a lot of sense. I can see why you would say that for sure. 10 seconds to Dynamite. Sassy says he's doing good. That's her partner. Good. I'm glad to hear it. Hi there, Todd. Hey, Todd. How you doing, partner? Yeehaw, says Sassy. She said it in a most... I don't know. Oh, it is. It's AEW Dynamite. It's time for... There's the titles. And we've got Pac on the titles. I feel like we're missing Pac. Ooh, cool. Who wants to see Dan on the stream? This is the end of the title sequence, and there's the pyro. That's so you know where I am right now. Guys, let's hit like button. It really helps me out. But let's get a thumbs up in chat if you want to see Dan Reed join us on the stream. Let's get a fire emoji. Fire emojis are better. Let's see. Yeah. Maybe. Might come and say hello and check that all of his stuff is working for this. Oh, there we go. Someone asked earlier what match would be first. I was like, if I was booking it, probably be Orange Cassidy, and it is Orange Cassidy. Dan, I'm going to send you it on Facebook. Is that all right, mate? Oh, that's all right. And here comes Orange Cassidy right now. I had a beach day at my school. Cool, man. I wish I had a beach day at school. It'd just be Brid, which would be a bit cold. Whereabouts did you go, Catriona? Dex Mox Buddies in the house, indeed. Here comes Orange Cassidy down. I am pro CM Punk person, and he can still help with the AEW. Cool. How is that because of the ratings? Is that because of the draw that he has? I'm definitely dying. Let me know, man. I'm just fed up with the drama. Do you know who the guy that screwed Kenny Omega in AEW Dynamite? Yeah, it was Don Callis. He screwed him with a screwdriver. Screwdriver, stuck in your head now. Points to anyone that can tell me what band that was. Let's go. Sent you a link, love. Anne, are you going to get Fight Forever? Yeah, I mean, probably. Will I cover it on the channel? I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing something different to a 2K game for sure. I don't often play the actual. That's annoying. Stay on. Here he is, Carl Fletcher. Look at a beast, man. Looking a beast. Excellent, man. He looks like the Green Ranger with a torso. Boom. Yeah, I'll probably get Fight Forever. You know, I like the GM mode. I've been playing that a lot, and we've been using lots of different people. But yeah, I'll probably get it. I don't know how much content will be on the channel with it, but yeah. Do you guys want to see content on the channel? If you do, let me know. Let's just check the Q&A because I need to do that when I ask questions. If you want to. Catriana says Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho is the match that she's most looking forward to. That's cool. That'll be a good match. I think they've built it up well as well. Adam Cole is going to get the AEW World Championship? ? Great question, Lee. I don't think so. But I think he's a really good contender for MJF for sure. And be good on his run as a champion, which is what this Four Pillars match is all about, establishing him as the strongest of the Four Pillars. Carl Fletcher starting off quick there with a high kick in the corner to Orange Cassidy before the stalling suplex is delivered and a kick out. And now Punk is taking credit for the Shield, is he? More drama. Lee, he will soon, I think. What, you think Adam Cole will win the championship? I don't know. Seems like long runs with that championship. Oh, beautiful drop kick there sends Orange Cassidy to the floor. I do, says Michael Cassidy, Michael Bangnotter. Yeah, there we go. Sassy's got the emoji. Who screwed Kenny Omega? Don Callis. Thumbs up. Fire. A bonfire, says Todd. There we go. An old ACDC wrestling. Norma, thanks for joining us, brother. Hope you're doing well. Punk's window to be relevant is somewhat limited. He's not built sturdy enough to wake in his late 50s, early 60s, like someone like Sting. Another great point. Do you want him on screen to get injured again to then have to put an end to another program? I don't know. Orange Cassidy is coming out now. He's 13 years. Why Ace Steel injured him? Ace Steel was CM Punk's trainer and friend. Oh, right. Yeah, sorry. He bit him in the fight. Yeah. But in terms of who screwed Kenny Omega, it was Don Callis in TV-wise. This is the problem. We're getting confused even with stuff that's happening in ring and out of ring because... Hi there, Norma. Hi. Can I get a vote, please? Yes, you can, because I'm not doing my job very well. Who wins? Orange or Fletcher? There we go. Your vote's in. I'm interested to see him. Hi, Hassan. I thought a guy named Dom or something. Yeah, it was Don Callis on screen. Fletcher, let's go, says Sassy. Beautiful Piranha. Again, there's always a DDT on the apron. Love the idea of selling Orange Cassidy's hand, man. I think he's doing such a good job of that. Don Callis also screwed Kenny, but it happened before in the Indies. It certainly did. Don Callis always screwed people. Oh, mate, that he kind of let go on that DDT a little bit earlier than he needed to, but hard enough to do. I can't completely do it. Orange Cassidy's trying to get the win here with the count-out victory because he's in so much pain with that hand. Oh, he's holding the neck, actually. Who should win, Orange Cassidy or Fletcher? Would love to see MJF and Pac fight. Oh, yeah. That could be an all-in match, man. That could be an all-in match. Oh, yeah, it was Don Callis, sassy. It was. What up, you beautiful people? Luke, what is up? Hi there, Luke. I think Fletcher but Orange will win, says Sassy. Hi, Luke. I agree. I go for the Orange Cassidy to win. Nice. Get your votes in chat. Excalibur actually had to slow down for the match graphics to catch up with him. It's not like I say, it's not the best setup for this show. Like in terms of when we read the card at the start of stream, it doesn't sound the best. But there we go. This is one of the better matches on it. This and the open house match, I guess. There's not many matches on it. That's the problem. Cool. I mean, normally he's forced to spew it all out as quick as he can. Double or Nothing is this Sunday, guys. I'm going to be streaming with my friend Dan Reed. He's going to be joining me. We are going to be partying on Sunday, and come and hang out with us, man. Come and hang out with us. Luke, you beautiful. You're beautiful, Luke. There you are. Volterra, hello. How are you doing? Thanks so much for joining us. Hope you're having a great day. Hi, Volterra. What's this be good match? Cody Rhodes versus Kenny versus Finn Balor versus AJ versus for the AEW WWE Championship. Yeah, I mean that'd be a good match. Lots of good talents in there. I don't really like 4-ways, but it'd be a good match. Hi, Volterra. I don't like 4-ways, and we've got a massive one at Double or Nothing. Hopefully they can do a good job. I mean, MJF did a wonderful job in that Iron Man match against Danielson. I feel like he might need to wrestle a little bit more on TV. I feel like we're not seeing enough MJF, but I don't know. Massive stalling suplex. He was holding him for 20 seconds there? Hey, Huang, how are you? Sassy. No, man, me too. MJF has not wrestled a flyer with technical skills. What did Norma write? I missed it. I didn't miss it. Oh, MJF and Pac. Yeah, man. That'd be great. I think it'd be great for the All-In show. You could do loads at the All-In show, man, with MJF. You could do MJF and Pac. You could do MJF and Sting retirement match. Massive moment there. That'd be great for MJF, I think. But I think Pac is a really good show. The issue becomes, if you want that to headline, you either have to have a lights out match or something to headline afterwards as an out for putting on because normally Tony Khan will put on the belt on the last match, which makes sense completely, and I completely agree with it. However, he has also been known to say the lights out match will go on last. So could we get a lights out match between Omega and Mox? Maybe so. I want Danielson versus McGuinness at All In. Mate, so would I. That'd be great. I don't know how McGuinness is feeling, but I was actually talking to an old wrestler, Neil Sands, about Nigel McGuinness and Steven Regal. Interesting comments. Watch New Japan Pro Wrestling Resurgence hinted at some possible Forbidden Door matches. Interesting. And of course, big news coming out of this, which you should absolutely capitalize on in this show. Willow beat Sasha Banks. Unfortunately, it was due to a really nasty injury that it seems like Sasha Banks has suffered. I believe she's broken her ankle, which is awful. But yeah, man, Willow, AEW's Willow ended up winning that match. So you can definitely do something with Willow at Forbidden Dawn. You should probably mention it tonight. I want to see them mention it tonight because it's awful to see. Orange Cassidy trying to stay away from Kyle Fletcher, and Kyle Fletcher starting to get frustrated. Look at him on the apron, he's telling that story. I assume you're in ad break because this isn't TV stuff to watch. Not AEW, but what are your thoughts on Roman not defending at Night of Champions? Isn't he fighting for the tag team championship though? What's my thoughts on it? He hasn't got a feud with anyone, so it kind of be a bit weird. I mean, maybe they should, Luke. I don't know. What's your thoughts on it, mate? I thought you had that tag match with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns. mean, give him all the titles. It doesn't matter, does it? Going for the stun dog, but Kyle Fletcher's got it scouted. And a short arm suplex. A half and half overhook. Did he hook in the other way there, though? I'll have to go for a bit. That's all good. You have a good day. And there's no way you went to the beach. And Danielson versus Alex Coughlin. Okay, cool. There we go. That's what Sassy wants to see at All In. I am coming back. I'll be back, says Catriana. I really want MGF and Wardlow. Yeah, man, there's got a story there. And Orange Cassidy finally able to hit the stun dog. Going up now on the back. And a beautiful DDT. Tornado DDT. Spiking Kyle on the top of his head. WWE has created a monster. Yeah, man. Certainly has. Do-do. I hope Nigel will wrestle again. I mean, as long as he's in good health, I'd love to see it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Although I do think he's doing a great job on announcing as well. Like him and Corey Graves are two like recent wrestlers who've become incredible at commentary. Both of them are very good. WWE's fault for not building new talent. What happens when you have one guy like in charge of the company and not in charge of I'm not talking about Vince, I'm talking about Roman. I'm trying to say, like, when you've got some guy on top who sort of dominates everything becomes less interesting because you don't have no challenges for him. And so it just people get built up and then lose to him and then go again. That's why people keep saying, like, oh, this is the right time to beat Roman Reigns. And it's like, well, it's for them what they're going to do with him. Cody at Mania. Drew at Clash of Champions. That was apparently the best time to do it. What are your thoughts on Cody coming to fight Brock Lesnar at Clash of Champions? I think it'd be better with a title involved. Feels like they've got a story for Cody Rhodes and not for Roman Reigns, really. Oh! Lovely spinning Michinoku driver there. Really nice stuff from Kyle Fletcher. Wow. Nice, man. Really enjoyed that Michinoku driver from him. It's cool. Dan, I've sent you it already. Let me see if we can get him on Twitter. Oh, Fight Forever. Oh, here's the other thing, right? Last week, we was expecting the collision announcement. We didn't have anything else. Why didn't they just announce the bloody video game then as well? Why didn't they announce the video game then and give people something more to talk about? Instead to do it like, so weird, man. So weird. There you go. It's on Twitter as well. Who do you want to win between Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar? Who won the last one? Cody Rhodes got the win. So Brock Lesnar, and then you do it again at SummerSlam. I guess. Oh, massive kick there to Orange Cassidy. Ouch! That's suplex again, landing high on his neck, man. Oh, we've gone to a black screen. Okay, we're back. It was a way to divert attention from Punk. Yeah, man. Right, okay, with the AEW Fight Forever. Yeah, but if you know it's going to happen, release it then. I mean, it's not a long time to tell people the game's coming out before it is anyway. It's in a sort of month time, so we could have announced it then. I would have announced it then to divert attention from Punk, but in a bigger way. The landing on the next, Jesus, I might be getting wet, but I think Orange deserves time off when he drops the belt. He's been doing great work, man. He's been doing excellent work. And bearing in mind, he's not really had a feud per se. He's been working this injury and making us believe this injury in a really good way. Driver, 1, 2, no. Picking him up. He's going to pile drive him. Tombstone pile driver. Oh, he's picking him up. He's keeping him in position. He's going to do it again. This should be it for... Oh! Spinning Tombstone. And a kick out. No, man, you can't kick out of everything, man. You can't kick out of everything. Are you ready, my love? No, not ready yet. That's all cool, brother. Dan's in the back end, and he was like, "That sounded really bad." And so I'm asking if he's right. He's like, "Is he talking to me?" Cool. I chose Cody Rhodes to win and defeat Brock Lesnar at Night of Champion. Cool. Believing in Cody there, Juan. Cody for me now, who's just fallen off a cliff. No interest, unfortunately. I feel like his feud with Brock has been more interesting than what they're doing with Roman, but we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I don't really keep up with it, to be honest, mate. I agree. I think he loses at Forbidden Door. What, the title? Okay, that's cool. And now it is time. I've got my friend here, a friend of the channel, for a guy that you all love. He is the promoter from Pro Wrestling Eve, the Booker man himself. It is Dan from Pro Wrestling Eve. How are you doing, Dan? I haven't added you to the stream.
You haven't. There you go.
There you are.
There I am. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can, man. How are you?
Yeah. Got my dead cat here. Yeah, enjoying what I've seen of this match so far, and probably 17 minutes into the show, they've given us time.
Absolutely, man. He just kicked out of an Avalanche Michinoku driver. Can't have anything these days, Dan.
To be fair, it's one of those things with Carl Fletcher where we don't actually know what his finisher is in AEW as well. So you know what, and here's the other thing: no one expects Carl to win this.
No,
do you know what I mean? So it's like,
yeah.
Put on the best match you can. Put on the best match you can, because Cassidy brings in the viewers. Cassidy is normally a very good ratings getter for them, consistency, and they need
Absolutely.
it. So, he needs to have he's having great matches, and for my money, I think he's in the argument for MVP of AEW. I think John Moxley.
This season, yeah. This last sort of between pay-per-views, I was saying this earlier, I completely agree with that. I think he's done incredible work. And the interesting thing is, Dan, he's not really had a feud.
No. His story is about getting beaten up and the number of defenses of his title.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And but he's able to defeat Carl Fletcher tonight, even though Carl Fletcher had a wonderful showing. And I've just lost Dan. He just disappeared. He put on his invisibility cloak. He's come out. He's disappeared from the back end as well. Hopefully, we'll get him back here in a second, but I'm sure we will. Oh, there we go. He's back, and he's confused. What happened there, Dan?
I have no idea. I was trying to make it so that I could see the comments, but something went wrong.
Can you not see it on StreamYard?
No, I've just got a blank white screen on the right hand side.
Oh, how weird. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
mate.
I can't see the comments at all.
Sorry, mate. I'll try and get them up as soon as they come up.
You know what would be really good? Maybe think about getting is whether or not you can actually, put the widget in so that the comments actually come up on the screen as well.
Can you get them for StreamYard?
Yeah, for StreamYard, that's a good point. Maybe
I don't think you can, which is why I think they've got their own thing for.
Yeah,
I know you can on
Streamlabs.
Yeah, Streamlabs, but yeah. This has been a pretty good match so far, says Michael. It's been very good. It's been a very good match. What's Ricky Stark saying? We're getting a match against Jay Lethal at the Battle Royal.
What's on your screen right now? Because I think I'm way ahead of you, so I need to know the pause.
Ricky Starks has just been attacked by Juice Robinson.
Okay, tell me when he gets thrown into something.
I'll hit the live, but let me hit the live button first, and then
okay.
he just hit the fight case.
Yeah.
So a hit and run attack on Ricky Starks, but it looks like I expected these two to have a match at Double or Nothing, but it seems like they're going to be part of the Battle Royal, Dan.
Oh, why would you climb on it? That didn't look good.
Oh no, he's climbing onto it.
Yeah.
Also check out the carpet; it's awful.
That's not their fault. That's the venue.
No. Well, venues need to get better carpets, don't they? Do you know Juice is so good, man?
Juice is great. Absolutely great. Good to see him, do you know what I mean, on TV, being a character and getting time. And
yeah, man, I think he's. Since he's come back, since he's come into AEW, like he's done a really good job. Khan didn't blink during his last announcement. Volterra, what are you reading into that? Are you saying that he's been
the Manchurian candidate?
Trevor says hi to everyone. Hey up, Trevor. How you doing? Sassy's fella. Not feeling very well. Everyone said a bit of love to Trevor. Cody Rhodes is going to send Brock Lesnar into his own nightmare land too. I don't know what that means, but it sounds scary. It sounds like an American nightmare, Juan. Hello to the Wizard, says Todd. What do you think about the Wizard gimmick that you've been donned on Gimme a Hole? Yeah, this wasn't my creation.
I don't know. I'm taking it as it being a good thing.
People
I'm assuming it's not just because of the volume of grey in my beard is increasing week by week, day by day, and hour
I was
by
noticing
hour.
it the other day. I just noticed it the other day on me, not on you.
It's. I'm assuming that is. It's a compliment, based on the knowledge of professional wrestling. That's what
Mate, you're just creating magic when you're on stream. I think that's what people are trying to say, really.
I'd like to magic some hair on top of this head. Look at that.
Pachow!
I need to get rid of that. I don't actually. I normally get rid of all of this. I'm just. I have a show tomorrow, and I've been so busy.
Of course you do, but that's not on stream, is it?
It won't be on. It won't be live on stream, but it will be streamed.
Cool. Just
it's me trying. You know, YouTube is changed a lot in how it what it prioritizes. Mm-hmm. You know, we have to adapt and find ways to move and learn and figure that out. So this is.
Don't tell us.
Sorry, they don't tell us. No. So and this is one of those ones where I couldn't get shows in. I couldn't get a venue in June or a couple of venues in June. So I ran more shows in May. Mm-hmm. So, and I thought this is a perfect time to, you know, test this. So I've got this show tomorrow and film it. And then we're going to turn it into 3 episodes to stream throughout June.
Nice, man. Yeah, you did talk about that a while ago. Good.
And because it's that way that everyone that's a member is still getting brand new content. Mm-hmm. You know, no one feels like they got to go time out. And the other thing is, it gives an opportunity to try something different. Build up the July 2nd show, which is the day after Money in the Bank. So naturally, our show is called No Money in the Bank.
Of course, it's No Money in the Bank.
I'm waiting for the cease and desist. To be honest with you,
mate, I saw your speech at the end of your last show from the second night. It was blaming the government for the No Money in the Bank.
Right. Well, you know, it's so we'll. I'm generally expecting a cease and desist, to be honest with you. It wouldn't be my first one, as we know. So the so that's what we're doing. So I'm just dealing, you know, it's got big injury issue at the moment, you know, and Sapphire's just gone down. She's on the card, or she was supposed to be on the card. She'll still be there. But she was supposed to be against Chantel Jordan tomorrow, so I'm dealing with that. The interviewer who was scheduled for tomorrow has just pulled out. We've lost our act. It's one of those things that is the kind of stuff that you don't get when you're doing a WWE 2K game, sadly.
Oh, mate, you get your own problems with that. Trust me. But thanks for slagging off my series, which you've been loving.
I wasn't slagging off your series.
I'm joking. No, do you know the worst thing? Like, I'll be filming and my connection to my PS5 will freeze, and then I've got to start the whole video again. And I'm like, "Are you kidding? How do I get this back up?"
I saw that happen to Conman. He went on about it. He was like, because he does this thing where he's created the people that are members of his community. He then creates this whole show around them, and it's his viewers against other viewers, and it's computer, really cool. And it. Except his thing was overheating and it just kept crashing whilst he was live streaming this, and you're just like, yeah, I can imagine. The only thing that I could ever live stream as a game is Doom.
It's Doom. Do you
the
know,
only
mate,
game that I really play. Did you catch any of that from Jungle Boy, by the way?
Nah.
Me neither. What's your take, and what's everyone who's watching's take on this 4 Pillars match? Are you interested? Do you care? Does it feel forced? Does it feel too insider for you? And what's a pillar exactly? How are these 4 also the 4 when you've got Moxley and other guy Kenny and
well, the pillars are supposed to be based on new talent, isn't it? So I get that that's why Britt Baker. So it's talent that was not seen in any other sort of major promotion prior. I'd assume is where you get the pillars from, and have been there from the start, holding up the roof, which is your Kennys and your. However, someone did ask on stream last week and said, "So who's the 4 pillars of WWE?" And I'm like, Bruno. I mean, it doesn't really work, does it?
It doesn't. I don't feel that I get it, and it's based on the All Japan pillars. But yeah, there's just something about it that just doesn't. It feels too insider. I guess I don't think. I mean, I know who AEW's audience is, but it's not entirely that. I mean, I have friends who watch AEW who don't really understand this, and they're not like what you would call like hardcore or diehard fans of wrestling. They follow it. They go to they don't go to indie shows, but they go to WWE when WWE's over. But they keep they see some news, but they don't understand things like what do they mean pillars because they don't have that frame of reference.
Right.
So it doesn't translate. I don't think it translates to that audience.
There's several things that doesn't translate to that audience, and it kind of makes AEW less approachable to a casual audience at times. And I think that is part of the problem. It's the same problem with having belts everywhere. Like if you're bringing belts that you've won on several different brands, like which one's the valuable belt? Which one's important?
Well, that's the whole thing right now, isn't it? Everyone's discussing with the WWE and the World Heavyweight Belt and the Roman Reigns belts, which I don't even know what they're called. Like I thought one of his was a world belt. I was wrong, apparently.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
No, apparently I have no idea because the world belt is now what they've got on Raw, isn't it? So
so it's a universal.
I thought one of Roman's belts was the world. I thought he had the world and the universal.
I think he's got the Galaxy belt.
I think Nikki has that.
Nikki Cross. It's the Galaxy belt. Cool. Okay, so FTR slagging off Karen Jarrett.
Here comes Mark Briscoe.
Talking about Dixie Carter. And here comes Matt Briscoe. I've just hit live again, though. The wizard has blessed us with his presence and wisdom, says Sassy. Indeed, he has. Orange is a good lead-off match guy. I think I agree. He has been the MVP, I think, of this last season. Orange Cassidy wins finally, says Todd. He wins every week, but he's putting on cracking matches.
What do you guys think when you see AEW are very good at putting on like really good matches, but matches where there's no doubt in who's going to win. Does that bother people watching, or are you just really happy to be watching really good wrestling that's given time?
It's a great question.
So that's to everyone in the chat.
You
got to remember, this you're in many ways you're my focus group, guys. I'm a promoter. So,
Dan comes onto the Gimme Who Yeah stream for market research.
That's right.
For me, it's a mix, man. It's a mix. It can get a little bit tiresome, where it's also like, but that's
I worry about that when I'm booking my stuff as well. It's like, it's like, it's really important to me to try to make it that people believe that people can win. And do you know what I mean? That anyone can win, within, if someone's in a championship match, for example. If someone's in a championship match, for example, you should believe that they have a chance of winning. Otherwise, why are they in that title match?
Yeah, man. I was surprised you changed the stipulation on the Billy Starks and Miyu Yamashita match to be for the championship, because I was kind of excited for the doubt of not knowing who was not. I felt that became more predictable after that was announced.
I did too.
Yeah,
but it was nice. So Mark is by himself.
Yeah, man. Mark is by himself. Is he? But his best friend's Jay Lethal. Going for a cuddle. I feel they could have built up Matt Briscoe for a match against MJF, man. He's tired of this bullshit, he says to Jay Lethal, the fighting between each other. Interesting. Cool. Looking forward to that match on. That'll be a good match, man. And I think the build's been pretty decent for it as well. But that'll be an excellent match.
Yeah. I mean, Jeff, for me, has been one of the brightest spots in AEW. Genuinely.
You know what? Like, it shouldn't... When he came, I was like, oh, are you kidding me, Jeff Jarrett? Is this going to be TNA? And then he's been outstanding.
He has. Because he does something different to everyone else.
But he's got... I think working with Lethal was fantastic as well, because they've both got a great dynamic off each other.
But that is it. His matches are old school, but at a modern pace. But even then, that's not quite accurate, because a lot of people don't realize what the pacing could be like back in the day. A lot of people, because they only saw WWF, and Hercules and Greg Valentine, with all due respect to them, do you know what I mean? Like, they don't realize that the pacing could really be something. And yeah, like the smoke and the mirrors and the style is very Memphis style as well that he's been doing. It's been great, and it's been refreshing to have.
I agree.
It feels like professional wrestling.
I agree completely, and it's kind of bringing everything back, but holding on to them moments a little bit, because, like I said in that first match, man, with Orange Cassidy, like, that's a lot of finishing moments that he's kicking out of. Yeah, and we don't get that in a Jarrett match. Right, we are getting the trio championship. Open house rules, 20 count. 3 competitors can form a trio. No rope breaks. Disqualifications are enforced, unlike every other match in AEW. And it is a dealer's choice. They get to add one stipulation. What stipulation are they going to add to tonight?
Sorry, what was that? I was trying to make out. What are they saying about the... Oh, do we know what that third stipulation is? We don't yet know.
No. Oh, okay. Got Gobos on the crowd. Oh, it looks great. The arena looks great. I'm loving the presentation of this, Dan. I loved it the last time they did it. Sassy's got a question. What's your view on Punk, Dan?
Messy.
Very messy, isn't it?
And the thing is, even coming back, like, we're expecting the announcement tonight that he is back, or that it's emanating from Chicago at the very least. It's because AEW's audience, a lot of it is, the people that follow all this stuff. Does he even want to be there? And if I was an AEW fan, if I was like a real diehard AEW fan, passionate, got the tattoos and everything, I'd be like, do I even want the guy there if he doesn't want to be there? Because we know that, we know that solicitors got involved and lawyers got involved, and we know it's been messy. So, or at least we believe that's the case, I should say. So, I don't know. I want, in any product that I watch, of anything, doesn't have to be wrestling, anything that I'm watching, I want the people there to be happy.
Absolutely, and the product should come first. The happiness should come first, but then the product is also
right. Don't be there because you have to be. Be there
exactly,
because
man.
And the thing, because ultimately, you're not going to be able to cover it up that well.
That's right.
It's going to come. It's going to come through in some way or another.
A couple
Is
of weeks
Punk
ago,
really that much of a difference maker?
Maybe for Collision. I don't know. I don't think Collision's going to do as big a numbers as they're hoping, but it's not necessarily about that.
Well, we don't know what numbers they're hoping.
Well, exactly. We don't know what numbers Warner Brothers is hoping. Clearly, they're happy with the product.
But this is something that we got to remember as well. Remember, Dynamite was only ever projected to do 400,000 a week.
Yeah, and it's
and it massively out. So this show that we watch when people go, oh, they still can't do 1 million. Oh, they're still doing 800. It's like they never thought it was gonna. When Dynamite started, they thought that they would be doing well to get 400,000 viewers a week. The fact that they did so much above that is the reason why they got the contract increase before their contract had actually run out. So things changed. So like whatever it is, they're not going to be expecting the same ratings as a Wednesday night because they know it's a different audience on a Saturday night. They know it's going to be smaller. So they're going to be, whatever it is they're wanting will be based on Saturday night's ratings. They're not going to be expecting 800,000 or 1 million.
However, the one thing that I think you can say, Dan, is with CM Punk there, the will initially get better ratings.
To begin with, we saw that with Punk at the beginning with AEW when he first started. They did very well at the start, and then those numbers kind of settled in.
Certainly did. I'm going to go through some comments. Have we had a stipulation yet, Dan?
I haven't heard it yet, but we have been talking. If anyone in the chat heard it, if they've said it, please let us know.
Let's go through some comments as Metalik is looking at the House of Black. We can, again, another outcome we know, Dan. Go-home shows for AEW have sometimes fallen a bit flat, in my opinion. Last week's show was really good. Ricky Starks got beat up already. Hi, Cam. Good to see you. I think people could have a nightmare, though, onto themselves. That's about Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. It is the knowledge and wisdom that the Wizard brings to us. That's why you called the Wizard, apparently, Dan. Compliment, respect, and handsome is why Sassy enjoys you being here. Nice. Very handsome. Oh, he's blushing. Not trying to scare you, though. You don't scare me, Huang. Trust me. I'm back. Nice. Does the Wizard bring magic? Not tonight. He's all magicked out. He's out of mana, actually. What picture do you have? Yes, he does very much so. NXT Stand and Deliver. No, the picture is NXT Stand and Deliver. Which picture? I do like this 4 thing and how they interacted with each other. So that's talking about the Fatal 4-Way, Dan. Todd has enjoyed the build for that. We seem to have got a lot of people on Twitch. This never happens. Like, hello, everyone. I don't know how you've managed to find us, but we haven't got any subscribers on there. I don't even think it's called subscribers. Twitchers?
Followers.
We haven't got any followers on there, but if you could give us a thumbs up button, a follow button.
Hell of a sales pitch you got going on here, man.
We do this every Wednesday, so if you want to come and hang out, we are on the YouTube as well. It'd be nice to join you and see your... I can't translate that, though. But cool.
Me neither, but I don't... But, I concur.
It's all good. I concur. Yes, Orange Cassidy was amazing. It feels forced, but I'm interested to see how they spin it. MJF needs to win clean to build credibility. I agree. I don't know if he's going to, though, if he's going to use the dirty tactics again. Presentation, Dan. Love it.
I don't think he needs to win clean.
Don't you?
No, I just think that you need to... Here's the thing. Do you need to win clean? Or do you need to win believably?
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
If it's a crap, if it's a schmoz finish, but it's crap with no originality, and let's be honest, the finish for Cody and Roman, seen it 1 million times.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't anything original. It just happened, and then that was it, and that's the main event of Mania. When you get a finish like that, it kind of like does nobody any favors. But you can have a believable win while still being a villain without having to, win clean. There are times when a villain needs to, in my opinion, but most of all, the villain just needs to be, consistent and not made to look like an idiot.
Yeah.
If he gets away with cheating constantly, why does he get away with cheating constantly?
Yeah. And how does that build into the next thing as well? How does someone defeat that?
Yeah. So that's why I'm just like, it's more about, okay, I don't think that worked quite as because it was a dive and then a move, and it's so kind of like the pop was there and then it was gone, and then it didn't reach what it would have been just for the dive in itself. But it was, and the singles, I imagine that would really work.
Sorry, I missed it because I was getting a poll, but yeah, cool. Loving this with Brody King again, looking like the monster.
Do we know what that other step is, by the way? Is there's the tag, or was that the thing that they already made?
Double dropkick sending Brody King to the outside. I haven't seen it.
I don't remember the tag stipulation being in last week's match.
No tags necessary, says no.
So that was the fourth. So yeah, okay.
The challengers are allowed to choose the one stipulation, and in these house matches, and that's what they've chosen, which is cool.
Yeah. Okay, I did wonder if that was it because I didn't remember that from last week.
Cool. Cam the Fam has what's his name? Bron Breakker as his thumbnail. It's from the Stand and Deliver post, I believe.
It's like this is another match like that opening match where this match is going to be great, right? It's going to be tons of fun, but we also know the finish.
Yeah. So what stakes is there? And actually, is this what you should be doing? Well, it's not so much what
stakes; it's just how much can the viewer emotionally attach if they don't believe. I have a belief that part of the problem that the Marvel Phase 4 and 5 movies have had is we haven't had a villain built up to care about. With Thanos, we had a great villain that we built up and made mean something, and we haven't got that now. And in the new Ant-Man, they just kind of like killed all credibility to the new villain that's supposed to have 2 movies based around him in a couple of years' time. And to me, that's what we got.
He's doing the choke out. I love that.
He's doing the spot that he did with Darby.
House of Black all getting submissions on everyone with the Clover League.
And that's just what I mean. It's just all about that credibility, like you got to give people credibility.
Yes. Yeah. But I also I don't get what are we getting these at the pay-per-view or not? And the trio titles were a big deal when it was on the Elite, and it's not like these don't have the credibility to be that team. They're incredible.
Who are the other trios? We've gone from having loads of trios to all of a sudden now we don't have loads of trios. I don't think.
Well, I think Lucha Bros and Pac would be a good one that I'd like to see, but obviously Pac.
Where is Pac, man?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, maybe the saving him for all.
Spot there with Kenny, and that is one of the most dangerous spots I have ever seen.
Mate, he nearly broke his leg.
Mate, exactly. That's the thing. I don't know if people realize just how dangerous that spot was.
I think we're getting a Moxley Omega lights out match at All In.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, here's the I wouldn't argue. I think
no.
Moxley, it's talk about like Orange Cassidy in many ways has been an MVP. Moxley has, and Moxley's had some absolute like that. Moxley has been in 2 of the best matches of the styles that I've ever seen this year. I don't remember the last time I said that about anyone in a single year. It's been a long time. Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page in that Texas Death Match. That's the best match of that style I've ever seen. That was a 5-star match for me. And then that cage match, that is the best steel cage match that I think I don't know if I've ever seen, possibly ever seen, of a traditional steel cage match.
Yeah.
I
didn't. I thought it was good. I wish it had more time.
I just can't think of another cage match which was as good as that. in a modern day. Well, for me, I have to go back to SummerSlam '94, Bret v. Owen. But
Bret-
that's again a
Bret
very
v. Owen,
different
yeah.
cage match.
Very
and I
different.
think,
Very different.
so
talking about every time they step foot in the ring. So the reason that I say Moxley versus Omega at All In is it's a clever way because MJF I think is keeping the title at All In. I think they'd do well to do Pac and MJF in England.
yeah, I mean, we just kind of like haven't seen Pac for a long time.
Yeah. But the crowd will be behind him. But then you can't have that crowd exit on a down note. So give him a lights out match, and you've got a reason to have that at the end of the card, as well as not making you champion.
Well,
and
I mean,
we all want to see the lights out match again.
I mean, I've said what I personally think, which is everyone keeps going about, oh, we need a Brit on there, we need a Brit on, we need to bring Will in, and I love Will, obviously, he's a friend. But I don't believe, and I'm pretty sure that Will himself would also say, "Why would you main event with me as being the last cut?" Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But to me, it's just like you guys have already got Jamie. Like, make her your British Bulldog without putting her in a Union Jack. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've already got your Brit there. You don't need it to be a guy. Make a big deal about Jamie Hayter coming back. I mean, I've said before as well, I'd get the title off Jamie, I'd get it on Tony, and I'd have Jamie win the title back at Wembley.
Off Tony?
Yeah. That's the best match you can do.
Is it? I mean, in ring-wise, yeah.
Yeah.
But wouldn't the bigger match for Wembley be Saraya and Jamie?
No. You're splitting your audience.
You are, but Saraya's intended to be a heel, and the pop Saraya's going to get. If not, what you've got to have Saraya on that card.
Saraya will be on the card, but Jamie and Saraya is not the match to do. Number one, right? It's not fair on Saraya to put her in that position. Because it's they can run Wembley again. I genuinely believe that this shows they can run Wembley again. There's a Wembley for Saraya. But right now she's still, she was off for a very long time.
Oh yeah,
and then to put her in a position where she's in a one-on-one singles at Wembley, which, do you know what I mean? And as I'm saying, it would in a big, high-profile, possibly show-ending match. That's a lot of pressure, to do that. And also, as I said, I think the big issue is you're splitting your audience, because with Jamie against someone from another country, you've got your Brits all firmly behind the British person. Jamie against Rhea, well, now you're going to split them, because they're not just going to be all Jamie. There's going to be a load of them, because they've followed Rhea's career for longer, that are going to be
Tony.
Sorry?
Tony's not Rhea. Oh, sorry.
No. I'm
saying,
yeah. You were saying about doing Rhea, and
Sorry, yeah.
So so you're going to split them. With Tony, you're not going to split them.
Okay.
So I mean, I personally, it's, to me, that's the match to do. They'll have the best match, and it's and Jamie gets the win back, and she gets to win the title in front of 75,000 people. Which, how cool is that for a?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're right. Take the title off her. Gives her a bit of time to rest up and heal up as well.
So that's what I would do, and I would find a way to get the title off her almost in a screwy way as well. I wouldn't just have her necessarily lose. You absolutely could do. You could just have her lose, and do that Rocky story of her having to come back. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
because at the end of the day, she's outnumbered. So you can do that whole thing. But I would also think about doing a something screwy to get the belt off of her, and make that mountain more of something for her to climb to get that belt back at Wembley.
Very good. I kind of see where you're going with it, to be honest with you.
You want atmosphere at Wembley,
Yes. Yeah,
so you don't really want to split the audience.
I get what you're saying. Yeah. MJF is coming out and having drinking some of Tony Schiavone's coffee before throwing it on him. Wow.
Not many places that you can do that to someone that's almost your boss, you know, because Tony Schiavone is a VP.
Whoa! He just spat at a fan. Did you see that?
I didn't see it, but I always think that that's a no. For me, that's a no. Don't do that.
I think he just spat. He either spat his gum or spat at a fan.
If he spat his gum, that's one thing. If he spat like spit, that's another thing.
Cut my music. Already, I'm intrigued to hear what he's saying by the attitude he come out.
Hell of a jacket.
Yeah, man. CM Punk should not be in AEW. Cam the fan. Bye-bye. See you later, Castagnoli. I think Chris Jericho has done better in AEW than WWE, says Todd.
I think they're two different things. You know,
at times.
Two different things with two different goals. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was two different jobs for Jericho to do. His job in AEW was a different job to what his job was in WWE. When he went into WWE first, he had to make Chris Jericho.
Yeah. And I think there's some of Jericho's best moments have been in WWE as well. So, but then some of it's been garbage. His feud with Dean Ambrose in WWE was garbage, and then look at how good it is in AEW.
Don't remember it.
You don't remember the Ambrose Asylum match?
No.
With a flower pot?
No.
Dean Ambrose was no. It was great. Sorry, I'm missing this. CM Punk needs one more run, says Cam. Yeah, he does need one more run by himself. Hey, you guys. Kenny, hello. Welcome to see you. House of Black.
Kenny, I don't like your future.
Oh, my God. You just killed Kenny. House of Black is my favorite thing in wrestling right now.
I also think this is the first four-way for the AEW title, is it not?
It is.
Is this not also the first multi-person match to close a pay-per-view in AEW?
Well, definitely not. No, because they've just closed the pay-per-view with Stadium Stampede and stuff like that before.
Was that the close? Was that what main evented it? Was it Stadium Stampede?
Yeah.
Oh, was that a no fan show?
That was, but
okay.
I feel like they've done it since. The Lights Out match at Full Gear was the main event, and that one a multi-man there.
Good promo, good deliver, good selling on what the pillars are.
Yeah, that's what he needed to do. MJF saying he's bored and sick of this place. He's sick of the lack of competition. House of Black is so powerful and dangerous, says Huang. I voted and choose House of Black. The extra rule is it's a Lucha tag rules. No tags needed. Thank you so much, Dex. Sorry I didn't see you comment earlier. A moment top appreciate Julia Hart. Julia Hart's fantastic, man.
She's really improved as well. She's on that list for like most improved.
Yeah, man. Tony Cat.
Yeah, that is a stupid rule.
He doesn't have to get pinned to lose his belt.
Yeah, that is a stupid rule that wrestling has.
It is.
But, you know, hey.
Trying to get the fans wound up, saying they want to see someone take the belt off him. So he may take his ball and go home. Great. He's so good, man. None of them are on the level of the devil. And speaking of the devil, here comes Darby. Mate, I love this theme tune.
Yeah.
Wicker phase, man.
It's a spooky time.
Is what?
Spooky time.
Spooky time? Spooky, yeah. Spooky.
Mate, it reminds me of like Sisters Mercy.
It's a spooky month.
Got his music says MJF. Ooh, Sassy wants to see Mox take the belt off Orange and for him to defend
I don't
it.
think he's going to be in the Crumble.
No, it's got not in this one. But Orange Cassidy's walking away with it, I think.
What, retaining it in the Rumble?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. Ooh, good question.
I think they've done a better job with them over the last few weeks. I think there's just the time has been fond to them.
The tournament didn't work.
I think they've also been very good at. I think they've all been very good in portraying their characters. Rhea is great on the mic. She found her, because at the start she said herself she was rusty. She ain't rusty now. She's good. Ruby's good on the mic. Tony delivers her lines with meaning.
I just don't think there's been enough threat with them, Dan. There hasn't been
my
the
biggest
drama
criticism with the feud, with the Outcasts and everything, is it's been the same thing week after week.
Yeah.
It's basically been beat down, running, and spraying. It's like there's not really a lot of thought that goes into that comparatively to other things. So
nothing's escalated.
Sorry?
Nothing's escalated.
It is what it is, and I don't think enough was made out. Like you had the Jamie shoulder injury, which just kind of happened and wasn't brought up, and then it was brought up, and then it was just all very peculiar. And I get it. They wanted it to seem real, so they didn't want to bring it up because that made it look like it was kayfabe, but it was in character. But the story is in character, so it needs to be in character. It's like
yeah.
Why is Sammy Guevara making a save for Darby Allin?
Well, he was face last week because he was in his hometown. So
but why is he making this? So why is he making?
I don't even know why MJF and Sammy Guevara split up as a team.
I just noticed that his thing now says Jungle Boy in small and Jack Perry in large.
There you go.
Which, Jim Ross said right from the start, you got to call him Jungle Boy Jack Perry, not just Jungle Boy.
And it's right. I think he's right.
JR had it right from the start. Yeah. Why is MJF still selling like he's just been knocked out by Stan Hansen from a clothesline? If that's all he's got to do to keep MJF down for that long, all he's got to do is hit that clothesline on Sunday and boom, 1, 2, 3.
So what is that? Is that just so? That's it.
That was your segment.
That's it. That's why you're staying down. That's just Jungle Boy standing tall with clothesline. Sammy coming out to save MJF, but not actually doing anything, just looking pretty on the turnbuckle. Yeah, after a really good MJF promo.
Yeah, when
I feel like part of the problem with this, Dan, is what this feud is actually doing is making MJF look like the guy that is elevated from the rest of the pillars, and he is.
Oh, just what we got now. I didn't need Wardlow versus Christian to be a ladder match. I don't want to see Christian do ladder matches now.
Yeah, well, it's happening. Because they need a stipulation. Do you know why they need a stipulation, Dan?
No, I don't.
Because in the last match that they had, they didn't have a last match. They just need a stipulation now.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like Christian versus Wardlow is big enough. It does not need a ladder. It does not need a ladder attached to it. Absolutely. Putting the ladder in it does not make me think that Christian's got more of a chance of winning. You know, it doesn't.
I think Christian
And
probably
even
will
if he
win.
did win,
Yeah.
he didn't need. You know, there is no. Oh, here we go. Lady Frost and Taya Valkyrie.
Who's Lady Frost then?
Lady Frost. So, hell of a talent is Lady Frost. She was contracted to Impact for a while, but had disagreements with them basically. So they just iced her. So she was just like not able to work for a while. Finally,
Okay.
she was able to get a release. She went to Mexico where she absolutely, stormed it. She's now Ring of Honor, AEW, a phenomenal athlete. The Gymnast Assassin is her nickname. She's tremendous. She deserves to be on TV. I actually messaged Marvelous Japanese promotion a month or two ago, and I said, "Look, there's this woman called Lady Frost in America who I think you should take a look at because I think she'd be perfect for your promotion." And they saw her last week, and they messaged me the other day going, "You're absolutely spot on." Because it's not just about wrestler can go anywhere. There are certain promotions are more suitable for certain wrestlers. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And there you go. There's the little highlight reel.
Oh, she's been on Ring of Honor, has she?
Yeah, that's what I said to you. Yeah, she's.
Yeah. I didn't know if that was pre AEW.
No. That's why she's, No, Lady Frost, I'm glad she's got an entrance as well. I hope she gets the opportunity to, get her
and
shit
that graphic looked great. So this weekend, I've just found out breaking news, Dan. Breaking news. We're getting Taya Valkyrie versus Jade Cargill.
Again, yeah. Is there a gimmick attached to that?
Yes, there is. Taya Valkyrie cannot use the. Does she call it Valhalla?
Yeah, but that was the gimmick of their first match as well.
No, that's the is it? I mean, deja vu.
Yeah.
That's the fucking stipulation of the second match. Are you kidding me?
No, that was the stipulation for the first one as well, because that was the story. She kept going for it, and then they were like, no, she can't do it.
Come on, think of something interesting, man. So what's changed? What's going to be the outcome of this match? Why have they done that?
They've put Taya and Lady Frost together because, of course, Taya has a history of working in Mexico as well. Lady doesn't have Frost doesn't have a long history of working in Mexico. She only started this year, I believe, or at the tail end of last. But she has worked Mexico, many times over those months. So she also. So you've got two people here that know, how to work a style. Taya can base for anything that Frost wants to do.
Mm-hmm. I just don't.
Oh, what the Cargill Valkyrie match? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I get, but even putting this on, Dan, it's going to build to something with Cargill, I'd assume. But this is part of the problem with the GAHY show. They're feeling consequential in terms of there's been no build to this match or anything like that. Clothesline nearly takes her away, but it's the same as everything. There's been no build to anything in this card. Here comes Jade Cargill on the top. I mean, I suppose it's a way to remind us that this match is actually happening because we haven't seen Jade Cargill on Dynamite an awful lot.
Yeah, no. No, man. I gotta say, their last match wasn't anything that just made me go oh yeah, no, I want to see this again. But they've got an issue with wins and losses and who can win, who can lose, and that's a big problem that they have in AEW, and that's why we end up with a lot of week to week matches where we kind of know who's going to win.
But do we prefer that to seeing the same match week in, week out, which is one of the problems I had with WWE when I sort of backed away from that a lot more? Because the one thing you are getting on AEW is fresh matchups. The problem is the consequences aren't as big. Masha, sorry, go on.
No, carry on.
Masha versus Jamie has to happen, says Sassy. I still like Bryan Danielson and Claudio, though. Anyways, I can see why they are very good. Well, not as good as they are bad now. All Elite are always good. Yes, they are. The Rocky theme that CM Punk said was stupid. The Rocky theme. What did he say about the Rocky theme?
Well, CM Punk never watched a Rocky match and thought that the storyline that
Mox had proposed was stupid.
Yeah, which was based off Rocky 3.
Yeah. I think that film did all right, didn't it, Dan?
Rocky 3. I actually watched it. I'm going with through the Rocky series with my son at the moment.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we watched Rocky 3 maybe about 4 weeks ago.
Nice.
And it was, if it wasn't the biggest movie of the year that it came out, it was one of the biggest movies of the year that it came out. Was of course had the theme tune of Eye of the Tiger, which was a key part in the movie as well.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't a very good story, Dan. It didn't make numbers,
No, it didn't resonate with people. It didn't feel, it didn't feel fresh and different, at least, to everything else, to the previous two. I mean, Rocky 3 isn't as good of a film as Rocky 1 or 2, but that's because Rocky 1 and 2 are actually love stories. That's what Rocky 1 especially is a love story. The boxing is the background, that brings it together. Rocky 3 is more of a, Rocky proven himself, which is what, Mox was putting to him with this Punk thing,
Yeah. Absolutely would have made sense, but whatever.
Instead, well, I mean, they did it, but it's just that Punk obviously.
Oh, Lady Frost landing heavy on that tumble to the corner. Yes, I see. He looks like a lounge singer. Oh, we've got Tony Khan announcement coming tonight, Dan. What's your thoughts on that?
In what way?
What's been announced tonight? Daily's Place or Chicago?
Nice. Tope con here, or rather, more of a sky twister press from Lady Frost with the crossbody there. Ultimately for nothing, because, Valkyrie then gets up and spears her. It's an interesting one, this one as well. Sorry, just to come back to this match, because, of course, this is a baby match, a point where we're trying to build, Taya Valkyrie to take on the big bad villain. So she could have done, done with a more of a threatening villain to overcome.
Yes.
I mean, I appreciate getting to see Lady Frost versus Taya Valkyrie. I genuinely do. I'm genuinely pleased to see Lady Frost on my screen. She's someone that I've spoken about publicly. I've spoken to her. I think she's great. But I just think to myself, listen to the crowd. They're not really, they're watching it a bit like fireworks when there's something spectacular. It's hard. There's no heat, obviously, in this match.
But who have you got as a big bad heel in the women's division?
Oh, she could have just done with a villain to overcome. They've given this match time to its credit.
100%. Yeah, 100%. But ultimately, who have they got as a big bad villain without?
Why would you turn your back and now? I don't understand that, but okay. I get it. I wanted to give Frost an opening, but it just kind of made Valkyrie look a bit more villainy. Oh, and
the backbreaker. But why? If you take out the outsiders, who I don't think you could put Taya in there now with anyway. Who have you got as villains?
Sorry, they've just kind of lost it now. Just the time. I know we're in the finishing run of it all, but they've just kind of like the crowd are just too quiet.
Yeah.
Now, if the stip is that she can't win with that, and I understand, I do understand the answer to the question I'm going to say, but I still will make the point. I think if we're really to believe that she's a threat to Jade Cargill, it would have been nice to have seen her bust out something cool that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, and say, I can beat you with this.
But I get it. It's because they want the whole thing that, she can't hit her move, but it's just like, I know. I also think, as we've already seen that stipulation once before, And also, it just doesn't feel like this is the time for Jay to lose. Oh, here we
Tony
go.
Khan's making his announcement. Daly's place.
I'm assuming it's Chicago.
A new beginning for AEW. Which hasn't been selling very well, apparently.
All right, let's get ready for the crowd reaction.
Ooh.
It's Chicago.
Chicago. Ooh. Not just cheers, though, Dan.
No Punk announcement, so they're doing the same thing as they did with his first debut then.
Not necessarily. They've got time to announce Punk, or he could show up at the pay-per-view or anything if you actually to do it.
True, but like if he's at the pay-per-view, he's going to be backstage with Kenny and everyone, you know.
We don't know that he can't be. I know there's this talk of lawyers being involved, but I don't think the general public, and that has been a thing. But they could also do that. There's ways around that, Dan, if you need to.
There are. You're not wrong, but
you know,
wait
on this bus.
You know, a lot of the big point about this show in the first place was so that they could have a place for Punk. You know, I mean, it's not just they've made a show for Punk. This show would have happened regardless. But the idea of the whole, you know, we can have these people on this show and these people on this show was because, you know, you can have the people that don't get on separate shows. Although I do think that that's kind of like long term. Do you know what I mean?
Not a good way to deal with the company. No, it's not a good way to resolve issues.
Is that the way to deal with things? But we'll just stick them on another show.
No,
right.
But guys. One thing that I will say, and Dan can vouch for this, because he knows people who work in both companies, AEW and WWE, and don't think that this doesn't happen in both companies, because it absolutely does. This sort of friction between people it's a workplace.
Absolutely, and not just that; it's a performance-based workplace.
Yeah.
You know, and it's not just any kind of performance as well. You know, this goes on. This doesn't just go on there. This goes on the indies. You know, like there's this. You don't think the people, the talent in Eve, want to outperform the other talents in Eve?
That's right. I'm
know,
sure you have people coming to you and say, "I want to win this," and you say, "I'll tell you what's happening."
You know, because here's the thing: everyone wants to be, you know, better and the top dog, and you know, of course they do. You just have, but you also have to be a grown up and understand that you are at work. You know, and that is a key part here. It's, you know, to the viewer, most, you know, and to fans, you know, they look at this as this larger than life world. What you've got to remember is it's a job, and I mean that it is no different. Okay, like the lifestyle may be different, the start and what you do for the job may be different, but this is no different from working at Walmart. This is your job. You turn up on time. You do what your job is, you know, to be.
What you get told to do,
the best of your ability.
Yeah.
And that's how, and then you will subsequently get paid for it.
Yeah.
The better job you do, then if you want to go up that ladder, then you can go up that ladder, but you got to prove it. You got to work for it. You've got to show that you're competent and able to do it. You know? That is what this is. So that's why there's always like this little, you know, thing. It's because, you know, for a lot of fans, this is, you know, wow, it's wrestling. But for the people in it, it's like, it's a job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Part of the job is to make fans think, wow, it's wrestling.
Yeah.
You know, that's where kayfabe and everything comes from.
Of course.
Dex is saying the move is allowed this time. I must have misheard as it was coming to the ramp, and they must have been talking about how that stipulation was last time. Well, that makes more sense. Sorry for whining about that all the way through. There we go. Sorry, apologies. Abaddon is injured, says Sassy. I wasn't aware of that, but they never really used Abaddon, Michael. I mean, I know that she's like this sort of visual character, but I can only remember one match on Dynamite. Post-COVID, and that was against Shida on was it Halloween? Did she have a match with Britt Baker on a Halloween episode or something?
Might have.
But I mean, I get that people love Abaddon, but I think visually, I think it's just the thing that they're like, yeah.
I don't think. Excuse me. I don't think Abaddon's character fits AEW.
Do you need a second, Matt? You all right?
Oh, yeah, all right.
I think there's potential for it to work, but not in the character form that it is now. And you also, I think, need to have the bridge between what it is as well. Here comes Adam Cole coming out for this contract signing. So you need more. If you're going to have a character like Abaddon, you need a bridging character as well. That's sort of.
Yeah, I think the Abaddon character, the way it just kind of was too far into that world for an AEW for the AEW show. I think the Abaddon character would work in WWE, 100%, 100%. But with in AEW, I felt it needed to be there needed to be a bit more real world, something a bit more there for us to identify with.
There was some hints of it, and then they just sort of dropped it. There was
well, there's only so much time, like this is the thing.
Yeah.
They
were doing stuff with the Karashida being afraid of that sort of monster character as part of her culture that she grew up in. Yeah,
which I don't think benefited Hikaru Shida at all.
I thought it was an interesting story they did with Shida. I mean, and they don't tend to give lots of good stories to people at all. So
I'm just not a fan of making your baby faces look like they're scared in that way.
Okay.
You can make them scared or fearful of certain things, but not like petrified for their lives because someone's put some makeup on.
Mm-hmm. You've got to have more. And that's the problem. You've got to give Abaddon a reason as well, as what you're saying.
Well, you got to make Abaddon dangerous in another way, not just she looks really scary.
It looks
like
Okay,
absolutely. Cool. And then what?
Yeah. Why is she scary? How is she scary? Why she become scary? Yes, it's just makeup. We know it's just makeup. Why is she doing that? Intimidating.
Exactly. What does the makeup actually mean?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing that I always talk about. It's like understanding the difference in villains. Does a villain cheat because they have to, or do they cheat because they want to? Because there's a different mentality. If you put your thumb in the eye because you need a moment to, get back on top, and you needed to cheat to do that, to get space between you and an opponent, that's you cheated because you needed to. But if you put your thumb in the eye because you wanted to, that's a different mentality for a villain.
Certainly
that person didn't need to put the thumb in the eye. They did it because they wanted to. They wanted to run the risk of blinding them. There's a difference there.
It's intention, man. It's intention.
Yeah, exactly. And the intention is always about the morals and ethics of the character. So, and we never really got that with Abaddon. We was just like, she's a funny looking person. Sorry, I believe they're non-binary now. So they
are they?
I believe so.
Cool.
So
they come, but one of the things I will say is that people come onto these streams quite a lot, and the 10 people. But people do come onto these streams and show support for Abaddon. It's not just where is Abaddon, but my favorite wrestler would be Abaddon, which I find bizarre because I haven't seen Abaddon wrestle that much.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Well, yeah. But
and the other thing is Abaddon has a look that is different to everyone else, which means they also stand out.
Yeah.
It's just that not enough was put on that look to make it, identifiable in a way for an audience to get, for the reasons that we said that would have been beneficial for Abaddon.
Problem is, Jade does not elevate her opponent or sell well. Todd and Sassy are both over Jade Cargill. I'm not over her. I still like her.
The whole thing with Jade is just like she needs to lose to the right person. I don't think Taya Valkyrie's the right person.
Oh, well, exactly. So you know the outcome.
Well, I don't know the outcome. I'd just be disappointed if, pleased for Taya on a personal level, obviously. From a creative level, I don't think Taya needs it.
She doesn't, no. She doesn't.
And that's sort of thing I would just have. I think it all comes down to, well, who is the right person to beat Jade Cargill? I don't think Taya's the right person for it. I
agree.
I just would be like, okay, you brought Taya in to put Taya over Jade. It's just like, I
want to see him. Like a lot of people are saying they're waiting for Chris Statlander's return. I wouldn't put it on Chris Statlander. I mean, she's been injured quite a few times. I don't think she needs it. I think she's already over. I honestly think you put it on like an Anna Jay or a Tay Mello or something like that.
I don't know, because you still needed someone to be able to overcome the odds, which is where a Chris Statlander would be great. And I personally would, but I have a feeling that, that's not a direction they're going to go, probably because of the height of Chris Statlander, and they like the, showing the difference between Jade Cargill and everyone else. And Chris Statlander is very tall, so I think maybe that is a reason to, perhaps for them to not go down that route. I can see Chris going into, eventually going to whoever's got, the women's, the AEW women's title, rather than the TBS title. Personally.
Dex says they've been building this match since almost the last pay-per-view, just on Rampage. It's part of the issue. I don't get enough time to watch wrestling a week, Dan. When you're telling these stories over multiple promotions, it's difficult. Rampage is on a really difficult time for us to watch live, and I just don't get to catch up on it all the time, mate. And that's going to be even more so when they're bringing Collision, and we're having pay-per-views with Collision.
Well, we don't even know how the UK's getting Collision.
No. So we don't know if it's going to be part of our Fight subscription that we pay for every to see it live. I'd imagine the AEW will be searching for a better TV deal in the UK as well, with them having All In at Wembley. It seems like the right time to be able to make a deal like something like that. What's going on here, Dan? Because nothing's. I
don't know. What do you guys think of this segment that you're watching right now?
You know, bitches not from Las Vegas. It all seems very, very bad WWE, doesn't it?
It does feel a bit like this is what WWE do.
Yeah.
Rather than this is what we do.
Yeah. For no reason as well.
Yeah.
I'm certain Jade has no body fat. She's her figure is.
AEW have announced the signing of Aussie Open.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean Ospreay is going to be there soon?
Not necessarily.
Showing, with that segment, I wish it was Jericho beating up Britt. But then I probably wouldn't have made the t-shirts afterwards for sure.
Will's contract doesn't run out until next year.
Okay. But I'm sure he'll want to be that. Well, I don't know. I don't know how happy he is in Japan. I don't know.
Very happy.
Good.
Yeah.
My name is Huang. Good. Yes, nice to see you, Huang. Just on a different thing.
She needs to expand her wrestling skills. I don't see any fluidity in her wrestling. Talking about Jade Cargill there. I haven't seen her wrestle for a long time. The story is that Jade knows how strong her move is and got it banned the first time. Now they're on equal ground. Okay, thank you, Dex. At least the match will hopefully have a new finisher. Jade needs to watch Awesome, Kong, and Jordan Grace matches for ideas. Okay. I think she could do some really good stuff. If Jordan Grace, you've worked with Jordan Grace a lot, Dan. Did you hear that Tina Turner passed away? Certainly did. Sad news, man. Tina Turner was a freaking legend, man.
Absolutely.
You know, we were talking about Ghost earlier today. One of the covers I did was "We Don't Need Another Hero."
Of course.
Yeah, it's garbage, but it's.
I can see why they would pick that one, though.
Yeah, well, but then he doesn't do what he should do in the chorus, which is you've got to pelt it. Tina Turner pelted them choruses, and he doesn't. He tames it. It's garbage.
Yeah, so then you're focusing on the fact that he's tamed it.
Yeah, and I can't get
Roderick Strong looks like he's having some allergy issues.
Really?
Just saying what he looks. I'm not saying
Sabu?
he is. Just saying.
Why is Sabu coming out? What?
What?
Sabu is. I mean, I'm sure there's a reason Adam Cole told us. I just stopped listening.
Guys, clue us up.
Dan, what are we watching? Can we watch it without the sound? So we just have absolutely no idea what's going on.
Is Sabu gonna? Sabu can't talk.
Sabu doesn't.
I mean, I know what he sounds like, but he's never.
He's never talked. No.
We don't want Sabu to talk. Also, do you know what? Sabu's had a rough couple of years with the passing of his girlfriend, or fiance. Like, it's a real tough time. I'm glad to see him get a moment, genuinely.
Passing him the chair and
there you go. That's a Sabu promo right there.
There we go. Sabu with his microphone in the form of a chair.
Yeah. Sabu cannot do any of his triple jump stuff anymore, though. But he probably could do the leg drop with the chair. But Sabu's like, what's Sabu? He's got to be late 50s. He's got to be mid-late 50s. Chat, clue me up.
It's an unsanctioned match at Double or Nothing. Cool. So I assume Sabu will be there to keep off JAS, which has been one of the worst factions they've ever done, actually. Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm promo happening now, talking about the injury to Jamie Hayter.
My thing is just like slightly out of sync.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like I can hear
behind or in front.
Like when it's in the ring, it's fine, but on the promos, it's slightly out of sync.
CM Punk is coming back whether people like it or not, says official Misfit. He certainly is.
So he's going to. Adam Cole's going to have Sabu in his corner.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're getting a one-on-one match now. I thought this would be a stipulation because he had a false count anywhere last week. So
this feels like a bit of a cold start after all of that.
Yeah.
And then the promo between, and I get it, they had to clear the ring, but I think they could have done that broad and cleared the ring and made it feel a bit more.
I didn't even know this match was happening.
I had no idea either, but
I hadn't announced it or anything.
This felt a bit awkward getting into.
Yep, for sure. Villa. Okay, Wizard, what do you think? Who do you think should beat Jade, says Todd?
I'd need to look up the AEW women's roster, to be honest with you. Which I will do. Let's have a look.
So Sabu come out and then just disappeared because he's working with Adam Cole, not.
He's going to be in Adam Cole's corner,
right? But not Roderick Strong's. No.
I have no idea if that's a thing about that. I didn't hear. I just heard them say.
But why would you have him come out, do the thing, and then go straight into this match? It's very weird, Dan. It's not working, brother. While you're looking at the roster, I'm going to have some comments. Filler, we do not need this sign BS. OMG. Why is WWE always late signing free agents? AEW get them so quick. WWE don't get anybody. I'm sure they're all talking to people and trying to get them. And AEW are making them an offer that they prefer.
I know who they would. Yeah, it's an interesting one because it's like on my short list based on who it's because you also got to think, well, what's the stories they can tell? It's not as simple as, I would have this person win. It's just like, okay, you could have this person win, but what's the story that you would tell with that win? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like for me, it's a case of if you want to have a look at, there's three stories here that could be done. There's a Marina Shafir, the style, the submissions. You got to rebuild her, of course, but there's the style and submissions that MMA style that could therefore overthrow Jade. Mercedes Martinez. You want to talk about like a badass kind of character, against Jade Cargill. I could totally buy that. And also Jade would learn a lot as well, being in there with Mercedes. Nyla Rose would be interesting as well.
Nyla, okay.
Because, Nyla's someone that was a big part of the AEW Women's Division at the start. And she's way better now than she was back then. And there is something there in a Nyla babyface run, in my opinion. If anyone that follows her on Twitter, she's freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
She is my favorite wrestling person on Twitter. And it's, genuinely. So, there's three options right there. You can do some underdog stories with like Yuka Sakazaki and Riho, but I don't know if they're necessary. You could have Hikaru Shida play the wrestler's role, being able to overcome Jade Cargill, very much in a Bret Hart overcoming Diesel kind of, way.
I don't know if Shida needs it like the others.
No, I don't think Shida necessarily needs it, but it's a story that you could conceivably tell.
I'd do Tay Mello. And I'd do In the Shadow of Sammy Guevara and wants to break free by herself and finally conquer.
Yeah, but what's the match story? Like, that's the storyline that attaches to it. So we got a motivation, but like, what happens afterwards for Ty, and what do they each get from it?
It's the same as
Ty comes out with the title, but what does she come out with it? Because the title. It's just a prop. That's how what I mean. Like, they mean something, but titles are a prop device in a story.
Certainly.
So she comes out with the title, which is like getting a headline role. You're getting a starring role now, but for how long? For whatever the purpose of the prop device is.
Yeah.
But what does what else? What does Jade get from it as well? Because, will they have a really good match that people are like, wow, come away from it? That was a really great match. Ty valiantly fought and, overcame that.
One of the better matches that they had was that match. One of the better matches Jade Cargill's had.
Right. Okay. I mean, I don't remember it. I'm not, but
it was just interesting because Tay was using the judo thing a lot more at that point.
And, is she really? Well, that is cool. Because again, that comes back to what I was saying, like with regards to Marina Shafir.
Yeah, exactly.
So
and being able to plug into that more, I think you could actually make Tay Mello into something interesting.
Anyway. Hi, Misfit. What? No way. Hope you will be with us for the pay-per-view. Absolutely. Danny, still hanging out with me on Sunday for some of it?
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be watching the pay-per-view.
Dan
I'll
will
be freaking knackered, obviously, still probably recovering from the show tomorrow.
Probably will be, but we're going to be hanging out and watching the pay-per-view. So if you want to join us, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you there.
This is an interesting pay-per-view. It's probably like the pay-per-view that I've looked forward to. But I think I've said this a few times. This is an AEW pay-per-view I've looked forward to the least, and then I've ended up freaking loving it. I think, though, looking at the pay-per-view, like the match that just stands out on the card, head and shoulders above everything else, is like, what's your main event, Dan? My main event is Anarchy in the Arena. That's my main event. You take those 8 guys, you put them in that kind of step. Oh my word!
But I feel
expecting something special with those guys, genuinely.
Yeah, but I mean, this pay-per-view has been built up based on Orange Cassidy, but Orange Cassidy is just in the Battle Royale, which I think is bizarre. I think they've done such a good job at selling this story of him being hurt so much that he can be beat. I wonder if they do Ospreay again at Forbidden Door with Cassidy. I wonder if that's what they're building to. I don't know.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Well, they've been selling his injured hand for weeks, so
they've been selling that his body's breaking down. They're doing the same thing that we did with Millie over She Won.
Yeah, but it's been great, and I really wanted to see him at Double or Nothing, be in that match where he either overcomes or doesn't overcome, but I don't believe it. Now he's in a Battle Royal that's just garbage. So I don't know if
I think they're trying to do it that he's got to overcome 21 guys all in one time, and he doesn't even have to be pinned or submitted to lose the title. So
yeah, but I don't know. I mean, you're obviously building it to something else, which would be Forbidden Door, and then you say, well, what's a Forbidden Door match? And unless you're going to do, is Ospreay injured at the minute?
Say that again, please.
Is Ospreay injured at the minute?
Yes, he is.
Right. Well, I don't know the time frame on that, but I'd heard he was.
I mean, well, he'll be back. He'll certainly be back. He'll be back soonish. I don't know if he's going to necessarily miss a load more time.
Mm-hmm. Oh, beautiful!
That is a great move.
Yeah, it's great, man. And he gets the win with it as well. Good, man. You don't do that move and not get the win. Roddy's really good, man.
He is. Does he need something else in his look, though, to make him stand out a bit more?
The character in it, it just doesn't have the character.
It's just, I think it's presentation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
You know?
Probably.
Because he's clearly got something, you know? You don't get to be in there without something, but I do think there's something a little bit missing in the presentation.
I agree, man. Oh, they're mentioning a resurgence.
Oh, they're going to show how
they need to do it.
She beat Mercedes.
Mercedes Moné. Powerbomb. Oh, I love her outfit, the Snow White outfit. That's cool. Sassy said this was a great show, actually. And good on Willow for taking that moment as well and using it to the best of her ability. Don't think she went.
Yeah, because obviously that clearly wasn't the planned finish.
Nope.
Anyone that watched it can see that the ref, didn't want to count 3, and they had to do the back. And poor Mercedes, because she called it, like, clearly. Mm-hmm. And even if, like, people are like, oh well, she took another powerbomb. It's like anyone that's ever like broke their ankle or anything, like, it's just the impact of another part of your body causing your ankle to move, because your ankle ain't going to be still, is it? Mm-hmm. Can you? Mm-hmm. So the amount of pain that Mercedes would have been in. Mm-hmm. Special Enforcer Sabu. Okay, so the sorry, they're just running through the card.
Oh, man, they were doing a real good job at having everyone move in them titles, and then they didn't with Orange. That's good.
Yeah. So, the What were we just talking about? Sorry, I completely lost track.
We were talking about Mercedes Moné's ankle.
Yeah, so just the amount of pain that woman would have been in taking that powerbomb, only for that ref to not count 3, and then to do the powerbomb again, so the ref counts 3. Dread to even imagine. Like,
horrible, man. Painful.
Yeah.
Painful. I'm just going to go to the toilet before we get into this last 20 minutes. Not been a great show so far, though, Dan.
I mean, we've seen some good wrestling, but it just has ultimately been like, you know, it was good wrestling for good wrestling, not necessarily good wrestling where I was buying into, anything. What was the last match we just saw, Roddy? And that was probably like the first. So that was the first match where, like, some people might not have had an idea who was going to win. I did go with Roddy. I did think that was the way they were going to go. There hasn't been anything what they've done with Daniel Garcia recently to make me think that he was going to win. And Roddy's, new face just beat Jericho. So,
Dude, our poll, 89% of people said that Roddy was winning.
Yeah, exactly. And I assume whoever said Garcia was just, I don't know, fucking with us.
Yeah, because if we get 100%, everyone has to log on to their other YouTube account and like the video again. That's the new gimmick.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to do that? Is that your way of telling me?
No, it was 89%. It was no. You don't have to do it. I'm going to remove myself. I'll be back in a minute, love.
All right, okay. So you're stuck with me, gang, I'm afraid.
Whoa, it's Dan Reed's private hour on the Give Me a Whole Yeah Wrestling Podcast.
I ain't doing a fucking hour, lad.
Story time.
Story time. I could tell some stories, but that's what I do on my YouTube channel, so I'm not going to do that right here. Instead, I'm going to go through your comments, and I'm not going to bring them up on screen because I do not have that ability. So where were we before? Let's have a quick look here. Go back to where people were talking about Sabu. A lot of surprise there. Hassan voted for Roderick Strong. Well, you were right, weren't you, Hassan? Sassy says, I wish Shafir would be built up to beat Jade. She's improved since being coached by... She has improved, and there is a character, and there's a believable character there because we know she's believable. We know she's real. We know she could, beat most people up herself. And not a lot of people have that kind of believability. So that's a hard thing to really buy, and that's a great thing that Marina has. So, yeah, I would like to see more done with Marina and present Marina. Instead of trying to make Marina work the, traditional wrestling style, make the thing is that she has her style and makes people work her matches, and that's what gives her the advantage. You can still do, wrestling structure without it. It's just the presentation is different. Sassy, WWE is not getting free agents due to creative possible cuts and sale with Endeavor. I don't know what you mean by that. They're not getting free agents due to creative. As I understand it, right now, more people than ever are wanting to sign with WWE right now. I know so many people. I know several people who have options with both promotions. And, some fans might think, oh, well, you want to go here, but it's not, to go AEW if they had more hardcore wrestlers, but that's not always the case, Some people look at WWE as being, a bigger challenge with a bigger reward. It doesn't mean that it's not a challenge to go to AEW or anything. I'm just, I'm trying to be a little bit careful because I can't drop anyone in it, but and I certainly don't want to make AEW come across as anything less. Just more my point is I know lots of people who are very much wanting to sign with WWE. I also know a bunch of people who do not want to sign with either promotion and want to stay on the indies. And, the former Persia Perota just literally tweeted that she's made more money on the indies than she did for her entire run in WWE. Zack Ryder also, the former Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona, was also, posted. he's made more money on the independents than he did working for WWE. So for some people, that's where it lies.
And your promotion's looking strong at the minute, Dan.
Pardon?
Your promotion's looking strong at the minute. For those of you that don't know, Dan had Billy Starks, who's just signed with AEW, and it was fantastic to watch her on the show, man. I really enjoyed her. Yeah, good.
Oh, she's back on July 2nd as well.
So you can watch her there. So go subscribe to Pro Wrestling Eve. It's,
yeah, Billy has a multi appearance deal with us. So,
nice, good.
You know, and not to mention who's the Eve champion right now? Freaking Miyu Yamashita, one of the best wrestlers in the world.
She's amazing.
She is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. The roster right now on Eve is. You know, there's some, and then you look at someone, you look at some of the young talent we got, like Sapphire Reed, 19 years old.
Is that all she is? Wow.
That's all she is. So not long term 19 as well.
So good for 19 years old.
Yeah, she's good for 25, like.
Yeah.
Very cool. I was just going through the, there we go. Ospreay's in the IWGP US title. I see it. He's working Lance, isn't he? Yeah, because he is working Lance. If he
in Japan.
Yeah, Dominion.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go with a huge crossbody there from Penta. WWE is not getting free agents. Yeah. Dan did address that comment. I think there was a talk from a Nick Khan press conference about possible cuts coming in the next few weeks.
Yeah, just when they do, some cuts, that doesn't mean they're not signing people. They they do cuts to make room for signing people.
Yeah. Did you see the QR code on Monday? By the way, I fell down the stairs. Oh my God, you killed Kenny. No, I didn't. I didn't know that there was a QR code on Monday. It hurt. I hope you're all right, Kenny. Bro, it's 2023 and the Taboo was on AEW television. What the hell is this year? It certainly is Misfit Gamer.
Right.
It'll be at the pay-per-view on Sunday as well. Should be fun. What is your favorite entrance theme song in AEW Dynamite? Mine would be the Weaker Face, Darby Allin theme. Great. Shafir has a great story with being promising and having her career rear-ended by WWE. Great comeback story. Could be. Oh, beautiful gig there from Phoenix on Claudio. Mate, you've got a main event here, and at least it's for the Ring of Honor titles, and I'm not sure who's going to win. To be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I'm not sure who's going to win.
No. This is the one match.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to win this one. This is just,
Yeah, sorry to hear. Hope you get better. Tony Khan, yes, it's Will Ospreay is facing Kenny at Forbidden Door, thinks official Misfit Gamer. It makes sense. I just wonder who they're building up this Orange Cassidy for. I really do. Ospreay is in the IWGP US title tournament facing Lance Archer. Is that the little guy from South Park on the Comedy Channel? It certainly is, Juan. Oh, the winner of that match is facing Kenny at Forbidden Door. Oh, right. That's what you're saying. Sorry. The Lance Archer one. That's for the stipulation of facing Kenny at Forbidden Door. Wow. Looks like they're doing Ospreay too, aren't they? I'd assume. Ospreay is in the IWGP US title tournament. Got that misfit. Sorry. Dan Catsidy, the Twitch ones. I'm very happy for Willow. She took the moment and did what she could with it. I mean, there was a bit of a botch at the end there, but
I wouldn't even call that a botch. Like the moment was what the moment was because a situation occurred.
Mm-hmm.
The only person that made a mistake was the ref.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. when I say the botch, but she certainly celebrated in the way that she should have celebrated. So, and that's what you need. That's exactly what you need. You know,
because I've seen people win matches on television that shouldn't have won, and they did not celebrate like they've won.
Yeah. Oh, there has. You're certainly right. And the winner of Archer versus Ospreay is facing Kenny. Good for Roderick Strong. He got lucky. Uncertainty around the promotion with the sale, says Sassy.
There's no uncertainty, like really. They're still they're still interested in signing people.
I don't know.
I know there's people with offers on them.
It's right. Cool.
So yeah,
good. Gonna get going. Good night, Friday. Awesome to see you back on the stream, Dan. It has been a while, Dan. We've missed you around here.
Thank you.
You bring insight. You bring insight.
Sorry?
You bring insight.
I bring calm.
You don't bring no calm.
Calm and a sense of condescending nature. right, and a sense of condescendence. Right.
Condescendence.
And a unique approach to the English language.
Mate, sometimes I struggle with that. I got my last vote. It's a Lucha Bros team. Yes, I did put the vote up. Pass on. I want the Blackpool Combat Club to win. Wild thing, Self-It's a character and Danielson. Yeah, man. I think BTC 2 to keep them strong. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you could certainly argue that. Keep them strong before the pay-per-view. I mean, it's setting up an angle, isn't it, at the end? Well, 8 minutes left. That's enough. New Year. Huang likes Adam Cole's entrance song. I think Mikey Ruckus is doing a wonderful job, to be honest with you. That's one of his.
Agreed. Mikey Ruckus also did Billy Stark's theme music.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I think he's been doing some excellent work. I think we have got an interview with him on the channel as well. So if you're interested in hearing Mikey Ruckus talk a little bit more, you can. Remember when Tony Khan said there would be less Ring of Honor involvement once Ring of Honor TV started up?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The thing is, right, you get it because, why wouldn't you want the Lucha Brothers and Claudio and, and at the same time you want to have some bigger names on the ROH show to sell tickets and, get some people watching.
Yeah.
It is a little bit, it is what it is. Like, it's not that it doesn't make sense. It makes perfect sense for a business, but does it harm television? I don't know. I don't know if it does harm. It certainly does feel like there's a lot of titles.
Oh. Beautiful powerbomb into a backstabber, was that, Dan?
Yeah, a former backstabber. That move's got so many different names because it's got the lung blower as a name as well, and
Penta's mental. I love the Lucha Bros. I'm glad to put them on TV. I miss them.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've worked with Penta. Penta's worked for me. I did Will Ospreay versus Penta.
Mate, I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. I mean, Natsuka Tora tore her ACL from hopping off the ring apron. Injuries can happen at any point. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Rhea O'Reilly broke her ankle coming off the ring apron to the floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
physical sport.
A lot of the times, a lot of big injuries actually happen on smaller. People see a lot of the massive, dangerous spots, and then they, but then it'll be something small like a snapmare, and all of a sudden you've broken your clavicle.
Yeah.
Well, that's the finish.
That's a kick out.
No, it's not.
Dan, how Phoenix?
I should have realised it's not a finish because it's 2:55.
Well, because you've got to do an elite angle yet. But how the hell do Ray and Penta just put on next level matches all the time?
Oh, they're great. Well, to be fair, we got to give credit to Yuta and Claudio here. You know what I mean? Like they're not in with
great.
two slouches here. They're in with two people that are going to have a great match. Really.
Even if there was the wood, what is it?
Yeah,
about
but like this is at the level it is because all four people are in it.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful shooting into the European uppercut. But even this feels like a next step above for even Claudio and Yuta.
Well, that's because they're against a great tag team.
Yeah.
Midnight Express, Rocket Launcher.
Kick out.
You know, well, that's because you've got four great workers in there, you know, and four great workers that know how to work as a tag, because that's the other thing, right? You got to know how to work a tag. It's a different, you know, you'd be surprised how difficult it is to work a tag, and also just how few people actually know how to do tag team matches, because it's a different world. Like, you have no idea how many times I work with people who, and I've booked them in tag matches, and they wrestle all around the world, but they didn't even know what the rules were of a tag match, because no one ever puts them in tag matches. And for a lot of years, tag wrestling wasn't really on television in a way that was deemed important. So they didn't grow up following tag wrestling in the same way that like I did.
Well, you was watching a lot of Japan, weren't you?
Mate, I was watching Japan as well, but even from a WWF perspective, you know, one of the first tag matches I ever saw from WWF was Survivor Series 1988, which was...
They're going to get the win here. Yes!
Which was 5 teams versus 5 teams. So I got to see like a whole tag team division. Do you know what I mean? In one match.
Yeah. The Lucha Bros just won the Ring of Honor titles, Dan.
They already were the Ring of Honor tag champs.
I thought it was Yuta and Claudio.
No, Claudio's the Ring of Honor champion.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. The Young Bucks must have been under that ring for the entire show.
Depends on the venue, you know that.
Oh, I would assume so.
And there's also, they could have come down dressed in something else. And
I suppose, And then delivering multiple super kicks to Claudio. Out comes Moxley. Where's Omega?
So is that it? Is this the pay-per-view go home angle?
I think so.
Because it's 258.
Bye, Mox Buddy, says Sassy. Eric Bischoff. There's so much bad wrestling in AEW. Hulk Hogan. It's all right, actually. Speaking of torn ACL, speedy recovery to Dakota Kai. Mate, I've torn my ACL. It's freaking horrible.
I know, right? Like,
and Dakota Kai was doing amazing work. You take pictures with the fans while you still have all your teeth. And that plastered on the pavement of Las Vegas Boulevard.
I mean, that's a hell of a statement to make that it's going to be the most violent match in AEW history.
Is there going to be one person that doesn't blade, Dan?
Yeah, I don't think you need all 8 people to gig.
John Moxley just promised the most violent match you're ever going to see. Bearing in mind, we just saw that excellent match against Hangman Adam Page. Penta is amazing. His matches with Sammy in Impact were amazing. I didn't see any of them. I'm sure there were. Yuta is the pure champion, says Misfit. Yeah, right. Thank you. Yeah. I'm confident that Anarchy in the arena will main event on Sunday. Yes, I agree. I think it will. And there we go. Sorry, go on.
Nothing can follow it.
This is interesting. Dan, I've just ended the poll. Yep. We have a 100%. Everyone 100% thought that one team was going to win.
And it wasn't the team that won.
And it wasn't the team that won.
So, I mean, that was a match where, like, I assumed Lucha Brothers were going to win, but I wasn't sure.
So there we go, guys. That means you've all got to log on to your second account and like the videos. Anyone that voted. I'm confident that the Anarchy in the Arena will main event on Sunday. Yes, I think it will. WWE faithful hating on AEW. Well, there's a lot of tribalism. I have it to a point. So I get it. I like good wrestling, though. This is setting up for Don Callis and Takeshita, says Sassy. I hope not.
I won't argue if it is.
I hope not. Takeshita's too facey. The Elite versus BCC is the best built story going into the show. Yeah, I mean, they've spent a lot of time with Four Pillars, but I don't think we're as excited about that.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Gotta go to sleep. Good night, Huang. Thanks for joining. Last year, the world title made sense because it was Punk. Is MJF a weak champion, Dan?
No, MJF's not a weak champion. It's just that MJF is the first champion they've had that didn't have a name built from somewhere else.
Yeah.
Page.
Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page.
Correct. Well, yes and no. He was a bigger deal in AEW, but he did have a name that was already built through New Japan and Ring of Honor. Wasn't at the same level, but he did have that, and the fact that he was already connected to the Elite.
And to be honest, his title run wasn't all that either.
That weren't his fault. He did his.
I know, just really.
But whereas MJF doesn't have any of that, you know. No. Where was MJF working before Major League Wrestling? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know, like MJF is the first, and I think also it's one of those things where people keep saying that he is this because it's almost like because he hasn't come from somewhere else that they don't recognize him as being that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you know, people would also complain if it went on a former WWE guy and said not building their own. I think
there'll always be complaints, Dan. There'll always be.
Yeah, I don't think four ways help title matches and the individuals in titles, though. I think they're too messy.
Let's wait and see. I mean, it's hard because like MJF.
Oh, the match will be great. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying it's like I don't think that like four ways often help. Get over the value of an individual. You know,
we've got 4 people to try and make look good in that match, and they're all important. Now BCC is teasing Shota Umino. Shota is part of the BCC internationally, says Sassy. Interesting. You are welcome anytime, so I hope we'll see you on Friday for SmackDown. There certainly will be covering SmackDown. Check it out. Todd says it was 6.5, mate. It's a 5 for me. It didn't do much for me, that show at all. I thought the last match was really good. I thought the Roderick Strong match was really good. I thought the Orange Cassidy match was really good. But apart from the end match, none of them really had stakes I believed in whatsoever. So, for me...
Yeah, the last match was the only one where it was a bit like, who will win?
Yeah.
And the rest of the matches were very good exhibitions.
There was, yeah. Todd says match of the night was the last one. I was impressed with Lady Frost. Lady Frost looked really good tonight, and she's on Dynamite TV.
I said that Lady Frost was going to impress people.
Sassy says 6. Performer Orange. Orange did look epic tonight. I just thought there was a few too. It was a bit too finisher heavy for me. There was a couple of spots where it was a bit too like it should have finished the match several times. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get what you mean. I missed some bits in the match, so it'd be a bit unfair of me to comment. I also really don't know what Carl's finisher as a solo wrestler is.
No.
So
hopefully not that Michinoku driver. Yeah, couldn't put Orange Cassidy down. I'm going to end it there, guys. We're going to end it early tonight. However,
I'm struggling to stay awake.
That's all good, man. Double or Nothing is this weekend. My friend Dan is joining me. So if you want to come in, come and join us. I'll start streaming probably about half hour. Whether Dan's there for that or not is entirely dependent on his schedule. But so we can have a chat.
Is it 1 a.m. UK time or midnight UK time?
It is 1 a.m. UK time. I did search it up earlier, so
Okay.
1 a.m. So we'll be starting around 12:30 UK time, which I think is 7:30 Eastern time.
Well, I should be able to do like the half hour prior.
Sweet, rock and roll. So if you've got any questions for Dan, do come and hang out. We'll try and make it a good show as well for you guys. So I don't know, maybe we'll have snacks.
All right. I have no idea. Yes, I mean, I'd like snacks.
Little omelets, mini omelets.
I think I'm allowed omelets.
I like omelets.
To know, I've had to get used to. I'm getting used to this whole new thing. So,
what new thing?
Oh, my liver and my kidneys have gone heel on me.
Yeah,
so, like, it's completely done my diet, what I'm allowed to eat and what I can't eat and all sorts. So, yeah.
Man, we'll have to get some celery for Dan.
I don't think I'm allowed celery.
Really?
Yeah.
Everyone can have celery, can't they?
There's a lot of veg. There's a lot of fruit and veg I can't have.
Oh, really? Shit.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I can have pineapple. I can have apples. I can have grapes. I can have blueberries. So I'm not allowed bananas.
Can we get a pineapple for Monday Night Stream?
Yeah, pineapple's good. I like pineapples as well. I'm a big pineapple on pizza person. It's just I'm not allowed pizza anymore.
You're gross, man. Do you mind not bringing that to the podcast, bro?
Pineapple, man. It's the future. I've tasted it.
No, yeah. I've tasted it, and I say you are raw. You are sick.
Pineapple on anything. Do you know what? Pineapple goes great in custard.
Oh, shut up! No.
Yeah. Do you know what they had when I was in Japan? They had I'm not making this up. Whipped cream and pineapple sandwiches. Mate, it blew my mind as well. So I'm not even going to be like, oh, of course. I saw this. It was. So I was at a show in Japan for Pure J, and it was in Itabashi by the Green Hall. By the Green Hall, there's this lovely bakery, and I would, and I'll tell you, the things that they stick in sandwiches in Japan just blew my mind. Because the thing is, I was literally looking at it going, well, I do like that, and I do like that, and I do like sandwiches. So, yeah, sure, why not? Stick it all in together. But I'd never heard of, like, the idea of sticking these things in. Like, there's a lot, they do a lot of fruit in sandwiches. I saw strawberries and strawberries and cream in sandwiches as well. Like, it's just yeah, that blew me.
I mean, I can get it in an Oreo sandwich for sure. That's about it.
Yeah,
Misfit Wrestling Podcast
it blew my mind. Just the all the different types of things I saw in sandwiches in Japan. Cakes and everything. It was great. I loved it.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Yeah.
Banana and crisps in a sarnie. There you go.
Yeah, banana and crisps. I used to have banana and crisps. Also one of Hitler's favourites.
Oh, was it?
If you believe Red Dwarf.
I never loved David Braun. I'm not too thrilled with MJF's run as champion. I'm not big on ratings, but the ratings go down when he's on screen. I thought the ratings were going up when MJF was.
Well, the thing is, though, that's also going to depend on when he's on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that you're wrong, Misfit Wrestling Podcast, because I don't monitor when he's on and when he's not on. But certain segments will usually lose more and run more of a risk of losing.
Todd with a MVP comment, performer of the night, Tony Khan, for not saying Shazam. Did you see the Shazam promo?
No.
Oh, mate, it's like, go back and watch it, right? So he's promoting a match in Canada, I think it was, and it was Orange Cassidy against Jeff Jarrett for the belt.
Oh, was this like several months ago, back when they were back when Shazam was coming out?
It wasn't too long ago, yeah, but it was a couple of months ago,
yeah.
And so they've got a crossover with Shazam. So he's trying to promote that match whilst also promote Shazam, and so he just like starts going Shazam, Orange Cassidy, Jeff Jarrett, Shazam next week, and so high on coke, it was absolutely hilarious.
No, and I don't remember that at all.
Oh, mate, it's one of my favorite Tony Khan moments so far.
Have you seen that new Shazam film?
No, I ain't seen it.
Terrible.
That was it.
Yeah, such a shame. So it's a frustrating film because you can see that in there's a good film, but they couldn't. make it. The writing of the Shazam character and the Billy Batson character, who Shazam is outside of, is just way out there.
Man. Nice to see you, Wizard and Anne. Our buy rate MJF will determine how long his reign will be wrestling this business. Interesting. Yeah, potentially.
I do recommend, by the way, people going to watch Fast 10. If you're looking for something to do this weekend and you want to go to the cinema, go check out Fast 10. Go see it with friends. Don't go by yourself, for the love of God. I had a fun time at one of the worst films I've ever seen. Nice. But John,
really that bad?
Oh, mate, it's like the script was written by a beta version of ChatGPT.
Oh, really?
It's so bad. The dialogue is horrific. It is, the only person who I can imagine was the script editor was Tommy Wiseau. Like, because people just don't talk the way they've got people talk. The only time where it's a little bit different is when there's a few people that you can imagine probably went, I'm going to say this way, and changed it a little bit. Jason Momoa is outstanding in it. What a joy he is every time he's on screen. John Cena is probably like the next best standout actor on it because he no longer plays Jacob Toretto. He now just plays John Cena. If you saw Fast 9 and you were like, oh, that's the Jacob Toretto character, not anymore. The Jacob Toretto character is John Cena. He's just a different character altogether now. It's really something. Jason Momoa is basically like, I'm never going to get to be the Joker, so I'm going to play this character like I'm the Joker. You know what? It's wonderful, and I'm all for it. And that's what I mean. I had a fun time at one of the worst movies I've ever seen, and it is. You will have a fun time at a terrible movie. That is what this is. The plot makes no sense. The twists make no sense. It is a god awful. As imagine, it is literally a case of like, almost feels like they've gone, what should you never do when making films? And they've gone, well, you should never do this, never do this, never do this. And they've gone, you're right, we're doing them. And that is literally what it's like.
Yeah, so, very good. Well, I've never seen a Fast and Furious film, and I can't see myself going out of my way to see that based on your description of it. But
if you just like terrible films, like some of the best times you can have is terrible film. If you watch it by yourself, though, like I saw it in 4DX. It's the first 4DX film I've ever seen people walk out of. It's also the film that I've never seen as many people walk out of a movie as what I saw on this one as well. So, which is really quite something. So,
Dan's really selling it here. Really selling it.
But they all seem to have one thing in common. Every person that walked out was by themselves, or at least they didn't walk out with somebody else. They walked out by themselves. Whereas if you watch it with mates and you laugh at it, and you don't feel like I have to take this seriously, and you just laugh and take it for being what it is, you can have fun at that movie.
Okay.
And John Cena's good, but he is playing John Cena, so he would be good because he's.
Speaking of fun with mates, let's wrap this shit up because you are just ranting to me and you about Fast and Furious 10.
Yeah, because it's good. I'm trying to.
You're trying to get him to make an 11th movie. That's all you're trying to do.
Yeah, that well.
Rock and roll, right? Thank you so much for joining me. We'll end this with one of the pillars, and I will see you with Dan on Sunday. We will be hanging out. It's going to be fun. Thanks for joining me tonight, Dan.
Cheers for having.
Ta-ra.
I'm going to go sleep.
Ta-ra.
Night.
Ta-ra.
God, I just listened to this whole podcast. It was terrible. I feel like my ears are gonna bleed. What'd you say? This is Darby Allen, and you're listening to Give Me a Whole Yeah podcast.